Yeah, it will be a... Let me check what their faction are. A Wurzag versus Wurzag battle. And wait, let me just get into the spectator mode, as I totally screwed up in the joining there. I never actually tried spectate, so I'll do that. And yeah, we are going in. Now we are just looking over at the lobby right now, waiting for Soaf to join, while Kurio as also just waiting, setting up the room and probably thinking about his strategies. Now, I was actually quite surprised that actually nobody is trying to host a Orktober event, since, well, after all, we are in an October season right now. We are in the month of Greenskins, month of the WAAAGH. We are supposed to be bringing the glory of the Crumpin to everybody. But, well, if nobody's doing it, then I guess I'm just gonna do it myself at this point. And yeah, now we are having an Azak versus Azak battle where, okay, so both players have selected their subfaction, which is, well, Azak, of course. And it is stated on the challenge page, which I kind of deleted. Anyways, yeah, I don't have the challenge page linked right now, but Kurio versus Soaf both selected Azak as their own subfaction. And not only do they can only stick to the certain legendary lord, they also have a subfaction specific unit restrictions. And for Azak, it will be a monster mashing combat. Now, for the unit restrictions of Azak, first of all, they will be forced to stick to only Azak as the legendary lord, but also other lord choices. Now, let me just open up the page for the event. Now, so for the choices, we will have only Great Goblin Shaman can be picked as the other kind of lord for the faction. Oh crap! I need to. Anyways, let me just turn on the screen blocker before, yeah, before Soarv is checking out the stream. And one, okay, now back to the topic there. Lords available for Azak's faction is Azak and the Great Goblin Shaman. And the heroes available... Wait, is Korea not playing Azak? I might be... Oh wait, they're both playing Wurzag. Okay, never mind. That was my mistake there. I totally mistaken their faction picks. Okay, so Korea is playing Wurzag, and same for Soaf as well. Now, for Wurzag, the subfaction specific restrictions are Wurzag, Orc Warboss, and Great Goblin Shaman are the only 3 lord choices they can get. Heroes available are Orc Shaman, Goblin Shaman, and River Troll Hag. And as for unit restrictions, they need to spend no less than 3,000 gold worth of Savage Orc units. So, that includes Savage Orc Biggins and Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins. And also, they can also include the Rogue Idol towards the 3,000 gold Savage Orc limit, as the Great Green Prophet Wurzag is, well, you know, the greatest of Orc Shamans, the channeling the WAAAGH energy into some random rocks and wood, and somehow creating the embodiment of the WAAAGH, which is the construct of rogue idols. So yeah, that's gonna be the faction restrictions. Now we just need to wait for Soaf to join the game, and do have to check out. It seems that they don't have. They need to add each other on Steam to find. You need to find their opponent on the yeah, on the Steam lobby there, and we will just be waiting. Anyways, I hope I didn't screw up too much there by putting up the screen blocker late. I mean, just pardon for the mishaps for a bit, because this is the first time I host a live tournament on a stream. Now, we still need to wait for the Suave to find the lobby here, and yeah. So, WAAAGH as a faction is just a pretty fun one, I would say. It is always nice to see him on the battlefield, like especially if he's on foot. Like the dancing prophet, just always a delight to see him dancing to whatever random WoW music he has in his brains and whatnot. And yeah, I think he also has a mount called Spleen Ripper. Yeah, like that's the name of his board, but if you put him on a mount, like it's just not the same. You don't have the dancing prophet on the battlefield. Like, sure, it adds more AP and speed charge bonus and whatnot, but it's like bringing wait, what's the fish lady from Vampire Coast called again? Dartosa. Yes, Aranessa. It's like bringing Aranessa on a crab. It just doesn't feel the same, you know. Okay, actually, Soft seems to be taking his time. Let me just message him. Like, it seems... Yeah, let me just... Right, it seems that... okay, let me see. It seems like Suave has found Kurio, and... Okay, he needs 3 more minutes to join in. So, I guess we can wait. Just give him a few more minutes to come back. Well, at the moment, we can just chat about the other unit restrictions we have. Like, so, the unit restrictions are pretty similar for every other faction. For the Grimgore, which is the faction I chose, of course you can only pick Grimgore as your lord. The other type of lord you can pick is Orc Warboss, and that's it. That's all you can get. So as for the leadership, other hero units, you have Black Orc Big Boss, of course. That's pretty much a staple when you bring not a staple, but say like it's basically as iconic for the Black Orcs as Grimgore. Not as iconic, but like similar to that level. But yeah, so other than that, you can bring the Orc Shaman there, as well as the Goblin Shaman, like the hero ones. Let me just check the page again. If I forgot whether I can bring the River Troll Hag. Like, the specific options are pretty... Yeah, I don't remember the specific options. Like, they do have a pretty... Yeah, they do have a pretty limited selection. Yes, no River Troll Hag, only Black Orc Big Boss, Goblin Shaman, and Orc Shaman. Now, unit requirement is I need to spend no less than 3,000 gold on Black Orcs or Big Gun units, the regular ones, not the Savage ones. So, Black Orcs, Big Guns, very heavy infantry style, and also Boar Boy Big Guns are included as well, since, well, they are the Big Guns as well. They are just Big Guns with mounts. And also, it adds a little bit more unit diversity into the roster instead of just going full infantry. Like, this is probably one of the least selected faction for, I would expect, as Grimgore, as far as things go, are not exactly the best legendary lord around here. Especially that he is a slow and chunky boy. He just gets ripped apart by AP fire and whatnot. So, a powerful melee lord just getting overshadowed by other lord options, who hits almost as heavy, but definitely more survivable and more mobile than Grimgore. He will be fielding a slower army due to all the Black Orcs and Big Guns on foot, but if they get into melee combat, it will be extremely powerful. Now, the second faction is Azag, which I talked about before. You need to bring monsters. Actually, wait, no, I have not touched upon Azag enough, as I quickly realized my players here are not picking Azag. So, Azag, you can only bring Azag and the Great Goblin Shaman for Lords. Now, heroes available are pretty magical. Goblin Shaman, Orc Shaman, River Troll Hag, and since Azag is an Orc, so Black Orc Big Boss. Now, unit requirements is they need to spend no less than 3,000 gold worth of expenditure onto units that are monsters of flesh and bone. So, that includes Trolls, the 3 types of Trolls under the Greenskin rosters, Giant, and also Arachnaroks. Rogue Idols, since they are more of a construct than flesh and bone monsters, they will not be included. Now, yeah, so it will be a rather monster mashing matchup, and due to the availability of Black Orc Big Boss, the Trolls will be a pretty strong choice, especially given that they can now enjoy immune to psychology. The next faction we have is gonna be Skarsnik. So, wait, I need to reply to okay. Let me just reply this message to my opponent, since we will be facing him on the match later before going back to Skarsnik. Now, okay, back to Skarsnik. Lords available, we have Skarsnik and the Night Goblin Warboss with Great Goblin Shaman. Heroes available are Goblin Big Boss, Orc Shaman, Goblin Shaman, and River Troll Hag. And unit requirements, the most balanced of everyone else, is no less than 3,000 gold on Night Goblins, Skulkers, Squigs, and or Squig Hoppers. I'll just go into a deeper depth of the whole roster later, as it seems that Soar has found his way into the lobby and is now selecting the units. And yeah, we will be waiting for him to join, waiting for the battle to start for both players, and then I'll just take away the screen blocker. As of now, I'll still leave it on since we are still on the army selection screen and I'm staring at Kurio's his own army roster. And sorry if I mispronounced your name, Kurio. I do not have a French... Yeah, I do not have much of a French education. I can pronounce some very basic stuff, but... yeah, I do find certain pronunciations a bit of a trouble. And yeah, let me just check the comments over here. Okay, cool. Jason Thompson, Dancing Goblin is the best. Well, yeah, Dancing Orc is the best. Yeah, it just feels different. Yeah, without the little like when when Warzag doesn't have a mount, it just feels very different with the happily go lucky dance of him. It's just like he enjoys himself on the battlefield like all other orcs does, right? It's not a bloodbath, is a festival for these guys. And Warzag's dance exactly is the embodiment of the spirit. Like, they're not going to die. I mean, dying is part of the fight, but they're enjoying themselves of it. Which is kind of makes sense for the orcs, since they are born for fighting. Like, you see, they have this obsession with fighting. They always want to keep fighting because they derive pleasure from fighting, just as much as humans derive pleasure from sex. I think, like, exactly because they need fighting to reproduce, right? Like, they are just mushrooms that looks green, and they move and they fight. And if they die, they release the spores, and that's how they reproduce. So, okay, I'm just this might be an inappropriate metaphor here, but for orcs, fighting on the battlefield, it's just like a massive orgy. So that's kind of makes sense why orcs love fighting so much, right? And yeah. And so fighting for these guys is actually a celebration of life. Anyways, it seems that Kirill is ready in battle. Like, I don't want to go into too much of a not safe for work territory with the topic here, so we'll go back to the fight. Kirill seems to be ready, and Suave is still picking his units. Let me just check if he any players. Alright, so yeah, he's still picking. Kind of makes sense as this is a pretty tough matchup. Like, not that the matchup itself is tough, but more like mirror match itself is not covered by most streamers and content creators. You normally see non-mirror matches with people with different factions playing against each other, but like still, like in general, there's just not a lot of ideas. Oh yeah. Oh wait, let me just oh. And yeah, it seems that both players are ready, and we will proceed. So yeah, not a lot of oh crap. Did it? Wait. Man. Okay, it seems that a little bit of technical. Okay, yep, cool. We are back with no black screen. Like sometimes when I switch around the screen blocker, it just have some issues. Yeah. Like it just go black screen, so don't worry about it. Like it's still functioning just fine. It's just a black screen between transitioning of apps. And yeah, okay, back to the mirror matching issue here. Like mirror matches exist on tournaments. It's pretty much a thing. People would definitely deliberately pick mirror matches sometimes. And you don't see a lot of guides or tips and strategies talking about mirror matches online. So like it definitely makes players less adaptable in terms of mirror matches. Like it makes things a little bit more complicated for them and whatnot, because they do not have a lot of ideas to go after, like the builds and whatnot. So, and in this subfaction war, we only see mirror matches. Like, of course, it's not exactly the same same faction with the very same tools available with the unit restrictions and whatnot, but it's still mirror matches that you don't really see people talk about, and it kind of breaks the meta, as they really need to work out the units to counter each other from scratch. Especially both armies here will be seeing a Savage Orc versus Savage Orc action. Now I do hope that the internet connection with everyone is fine there. It seems that both players are taking quite some time to load in. I most certainly hope this is not the internet issues on my end, as it will make the whole event a bit awkward. Anyways, it seems that like at least my video uploading, it's just fine for now. As you can see, the stream is still going. Like if there's any technical difficulties you're seeing on the screen, just let me know in the comments and the chat. I'm looking at it right now, so anything you send in the chat, I will be sure to see. But yeah, anyways, yeah, let us just take our time here waiting. Oh wait, Suave isn't loading. Oh, okay, Kirill reflects that Suave isn't loading just yet. I'll have to give him a check. Okay. Well, we'll just have to wait on this one. So, the tournament for now, it seems that my expectation is it's gonna run for around 3 hours max if there's no any technical difficulties. So, okay, it seems, well, things happens with these games actually. Like, it seems that somebody among the two players, one of them is failing to load. But like somebody's not loading. Things happens because like the lobby on Warhammer is a bit finicky after all. I'd have to just coordinate it in the Discord. Let me just see if the issues persist. It's gonna be awkward if we're not having... Yeah, if the situation persists. But anyways, just let me just quickly send a message in the chat. I am not sure what is happening. But yeah, like Warhammer doesn't have the most reliable server after all, so do bear with us for a sec. Like, okay, worse, I have lost connection to the game. Well, let me just quickly get out. Maybe. Oh damn! Is it me? Seriously? That's gonna be awkward. Like I swear, my connection is just fine for now. Let me just try to find the game that is ongoing. God damn it. Okay, let me just quickly check my internet settings. Oh damn. Speed test. Okay, these kind of intercontinental connections seems to be a bit of an issue here. Wait, but okay, my internet is fine. It's probably the it's probably the internet connection because well, connecting the game halfway through the planet is a little bit awkward. I'm in Hong Kong, but like Korea is in France, so I would just kindly ask them to set up again and let's try this again. Like I can't join the I can't join spectating halfway through, it seems. So yeah, I will just check. Okay, technical difficulty time. Give me a sec. Actually, I've never tried spectating. Okay, this is on me, I suppose, because I did not try setting up a spectating function and try it out before. But anyways, we will see what happens. Like, worst come to worst, I would just ask Soav to set up a Discord. Like, he offered to help me stream it on Discord if I want, but I do prefer to have a little bit more control to the whole battle, like how to spectate, so I can actually follow with a more third-person view. Like in God's view, with like say like if I look at the battle through Suav's spectate perspective, then I will pretty much screw it up with, like, say, like, I won't able to see certain ambushing units from Creo and other issues. Anyway, so let me just quickly set up the blocker. Like, the internet connection is fine, but it seems the intercontinental part might be an issue. And yeah, let me just quickly check the... Okay, let me just quickly check. Is everything's fine here? Like... Thanks for doing it again. But, well, it seems that both players will be going after a very similar army. As well, they're both, well, Savage Orc style. Let's just quickly... Okay, now we can disable the blocker now. And go for a little bit of black screen moment. Hopefully everything will work out just fine. Nope. Still black screening, so we wait a bit. And it's still black screening. We'll switch over it. Is this the way to do it? Yep, this is the way to do it. Oh no. We are still waiting. Now that's awkward. Okay. So, might have to go for a change of plans here. Might not be able... Okay, wait. Things are loading in. Okay, it's fine. Works. Okay, it's fine. Works. Oh god, that was stressful 30 seconds right there. Oh god. Well. Alright, so it seems the show is on, boys. Yeah. We're back on... We're back in the battle. We will be... Oh, so, excuse me for a sec right there. Alright, cool. Everything seems to be working. And we will be just looking at the army setup. Now, I just trust both players are not looking at the stream right now. So, let's look at the army builds. We can see both armies are being set up on both ends. The army of Creo, we have a lot of Savage Orc, of course, but they are the Savage Orc Biggins. They're costing 900 gold. So 9 times 5, yep, that's certainly enough in terms of value. And we have a bunch of Orc Boar Boys at the back, a lot of Wolf Rider Archers and Goblin Spider Rider Archers. Just basically you can see the Greenskin skirmishing power on the Greenskin roster. Now, we also have some Boar Boy Chariots and a bunch of Goblins. So yeah, that's basically it for army builds on the Blue Wurzak. As for Suave, we have a whole lot of Goblin, Wolf Rider Archers, and Spider Rider Archers as well. A line of Savage Orc Biggins is almost identical, with a difference of they actually have the Swamp Things. This is an absolutely rare unit. You don't see that anywhere. With some melee attack debuff, poison, and also armor-piercing attacks, they will be an interesting choice in this kind of fight, with Wurzak leading the way. Damn it, on the boar. I'm not appreciating it. I'm not appreciating this. Damn, guys, you guys can really just Alright, and it seems like both players are starting, and we have a pretty intense skirmishing firepower fight already, with the archers trying to duke it out with each other, but Creo with 6 skirmishing archers over here is definitely having a new number advantage. RTK Suave does have some Night Goblins with... Wait, what is this? Wait, Night Goblins? Yeah, anyways, this seems to be a Regiment of Renown Goblin. Yeah, the Regiment of Renown one, the Unbreakable. Epic Loonies, they are unbreakable, and they should be able to do some pretty nice damage if they can get a Fanatics cast onto the Savage Orc Biggins. But yeah, over here, as expected, with the numbers advantage, so many skirmishing cav from Korea, they are winning the fight in terms of the skirmishing. So they're just kind of darting backwards, trying to dish out the damage with the archers, and just trying to dish out as much missile damage as possible, as the front line on the Goblin chap are crumbling under all these Savage Orc Biggins. Now, the first line of engagement has commenced as the Goblins, as the Savage Orc are fighting Savage Orcs, brother against brother, but it's the way that Greenskin likes it anyways. Swamp Things engaging these Savage Orc Biggins with the melee attack debuff. They should be able to crump everything in the vicinity with the support of more Savage Orc Biggins, but yeah, it seems that the frontline engagement, as expected, is going in the favor of Suave. And okay, so one of the effigy of the Git is costed in here, pinning in something, I'm not sure what, but okay, here we go, the massive 40 melee attack crushing all these blue Savage Orc Biggins with the help of all these goblins and whatnot. A little bit of lag there, so excuse me, but Brainburster going into the fray, not sure who's casting what, is a total clusterfuck. But surprisingly, the well conservation of the Wolf Riders on this flank are helping them to survive the combat. So the Wolf Rider archers and the Spider Rider archers are not getting a lot of value here, but over here, this flank, the infantry kind of crumbled for the blue orcs, but it seems that they are pulling out with some support of the skirmishing cav. Warsack, the blue Warsack here got crumped in melee combat with so many Savage Orcs, the red Savage Orc with so much buffs, pulling out from this fight. But okay, this might, the balance of power is still that even as the WAAAGH is going on from the blue Savage Orcs, and they're just crumping whatever they are finding. Over here, the Swamp Things will charge into the combat. A nice brain burst up, blasting these goblins here, allowing the Swamp Things to fight a little longer, but with Savage Orc Biggins doing all these anti-large damage, they won't be able to hang in for too long. Yep, they're routing. The blue Warsack is getting chased off by the red Warsack, while the Forest Goblins are here trading against the Forest Goblin Rider archers. I'm not even sure which. Okay, they're Spider Riders. But yeah, it seems that the Orc Board Chariots are doing some pretty nice damage, pulling out and charging into different combats, while the infantry of the red Orcs are pretty damn beleaguered at this point. Like, the missile damage on the Goblin Wolf Riders are definitely taking its toll on the red skirmishing cav. And the chariot charges and whatnot, just the pure weight of the Savage Orc Biggins is able to pull out victorious. I'm not exactly sure what caused the shift other than the missile damage from all these units. Yes, Savage Orcs does have physical resistance from their war paint, but the missile fire is still missile fire, and damage is damage, and the war paint isn't gonna save them too much if they've just got filled up with arrows, especially given that they do not have the armor to tank out the damage. So Orc War Big Boss are charging in, trying to fend off these skirmishing units. The red skirmishing cav are in retreat, pulling back, but there's just so many infantry in the end. I'm not sure how they can pull it out, as the Swamp Things, I don't suppose they really did too much here, given that they were fighting a bunch of Savage Orc Biggins. Now, where is that getting caught by a bunch of Death Creepers? Oh no, there's a bunch of Savage Orc Biggins here. Unless they can pull out a Brain Burster blasting these guys, like Warsack is in a huge trouble. But thankfully, it seems that the blue skirmishing cav are running out of ammo, so they're just pulling back the red skirmishers, the red goblin riders, and just try to out skirmish their opponents. But Orc War Chariots are great absorbent of missile fire, being able to push back these goblin riders. Death Creepers, the regenerating Spider Riders, comes in for a charge, getting pinned down by Effigy, but it brain burst up, blasting all these units. Can Warsack pull back? Like, losing the blue Warsack here does give the red Savage Orcs a little bit of a tactical edge, but it really comes down to whether they can fend off all these remaining infantry and also the cav from the blue savage orcs. Like, it seems rather unlikely now, as both single entities are trapped in combat, being surrounded by anti-large attacks, and just so many heavy bodies of the orcs coming in. Like, it's just a bit tough. Army losses is hit, and it seems that Kirill is gonna be pulling out a victorious fight in this one. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the first game. Let me just quickly message the next participants there. I need them to set up the I need them to set up the lobby, and then we can talk about the whole fight and whatnot, like the post battle screen and whatnot. That's gonna be an interesting analysis. Like, some of the details I missed during the combat will be pretty nicely reflected in here. Anyways, let me just quickly message the participants, and we will be going back to post-battle analysis. And we'll just wait for now for the... Anyways, while we wait, we can go back to army performances here. The Savage Orc Biggins did some really nice damage. These guys, holy crap, almost 2,000 damage, 1,100 on these ones, getting some chevrons. No doubt one of them were able to surround the healthy Warsack and drag him down in combat. And it seems that the Swamp Thing, as expected, fighting against so much anti-large firepower, yeah, they are just getting shredded in melee combat. And with the support of these Orktober chariots, like, the Goblins are just no match in melee combat against all these infantry. But like, the infantry front line, you can see it's just extremely similar on both ends, with 5 Savage Orcs and 3 Goblins. Like, 5 Savage Orc Biggins and 3 Goblins. And with the Orktober boys, like, surprisingly, they're not doing too much damage. I honestly think that Orktober boys is just not a good cavalry overall. And yeah, they took quite a bit of damage too, so I assume it is from some of the skirmishing fire or getting stuck on some of the Savage Orcs or Savage Orc Biggins. As always, the skirmishing cavalry is doing pretty decently in terms of cost effectiveness, whereas they're doing 700 damage as it got crumped in the melee combat against the other Warsack. 2,000 value on this one. It's just, you can see it just, it's just a lot of pain. Like, I don't even know how. Wait, no, I think I know how it did. It's just a lot of good brain burst, especially in the end, blasting all those units and whatnot. But yeah, so overall, an impressive game for both players. Thank you for playing, and I will see Kirill in the next round, I suppose. And yeah, just a very solid game overall. Like, the Goblin Big Boss here, riding on a wolf, getting dragged down in melee combat as well against the Savage Orc Biggins. Just a really painful experience. Anyways, the next lobby is set up, so I will be joining the next lobby. Let me just find it. Oh wait, I need to add the other player first. I don't think I have him on Steam, so I need to quickly add the player. Like, just give me a sec. Yeah, just let me quickly add the player. Oh, wait, do I have... Oh, I have the player on Steam already. Let me just quickly... Okay, never mind. Everything's all good. Let me just join the game. Or did I input the wrong password? Let me just give it a double check. Yep, I got the... Yep, I got it. And we are joining to the spectate. Now, okay, let us just go out and put up the screen blocker yet again. I hope I don't forget to switch back on the screen blocker, because it will be extra awkward. But yeah, anyways. Oh, hi Aetherian, and why Aetherian? Yes, wow. Oh, and thank you for Rusty for being so understanding. And oh yeah, Jason Thompson, thank you for checking on the technical difficulties. Yeah, it seems that the stream is fine now. Phoenix King, hey out, nice to see you here. And will we get the same thing for my noble high elves? Now, I might actually do something like that, but I don't have an exact idea for what to go up yet, but we'll see. Right now, we can definitely do something similar in the future. I do have to plan out a bit in the unit restrictions and whatnot, because like the high elves, just a little bit different from the greenskins, are not exactly like, they have some thematic builds, but not exactly like that distinct, I suppose. Like you can't just say 3,000 gold on the dragon for Imrik, because like if you bring a star dragon that costs like 2,000 something, and you can't just bring 2 star dragons after all. Like I'll have to figure out the rules for a bit, but right now it seems that both players it seems that the maps are set and whatnot, so I'll just let them know they can go ahead. Like they can go ahead when they are ready. But yeah, Phoenix Kings, thanks for coming here, and yeah, we can probably set up something for the high elves. I do like high elves quite a lot, and I've been making quite a few builds for these guys recently. So yeah, that's totally in the range of possibility. Seems that both players are ready, so we will be going forward with the battle. Yep, okay, it seems that we're not on the black screen, so we can just go ahead with the battle and whatnot. Now, we wait for both players to come in with their armies. It's still loading for now, but we will see what happens. I do hope that we don't have to go for the same mishap. Mishap? I still have no idea how to pronounce that word. Anyways, I do hope that we don't have the same trouble again. Seems that like the loading was fine for the last battle. Like it would be extra awkward if we have the same problem persisting. But we'll see. Okay, it seems that it's loading fine. Like the UI is up. Yep, the units are loading in, and we have both armies on the battlefield. Now, Tree Tone is using an Azak army, so they need to bring 3,000 gold worth of monsters here. And with 4 River Troll hacks, it's definitely fine within the rules. And okay, me here is supposed to be bringing 3,000 gold worth of Night Goblins and or Squig Hoppers and also Skulkers. So a bunch of 450 gold Night Goblins here. That's 5 units. Yeah, that's definitely fine. With that's costing 5. Let me just do a little bit of quick math here. 2,650 gold. Plus Skulkers, that's definitely 3,200 gold, and a bunch of Durkit Squigs. Yeah, that's totally fine. So, Goblin Great Shaman on the Spider with Great River Troll hack for support. In the middle, nasty Skulkers in the middle. Probably trying to bog down any mobility units. And the Orc Shaman here bring in more magic, just free caster. Interesting. Wait, Orc Shaman coming in here with nothing but the Forbidden Rod. So I assume just there for magic regeneration and a little bit of armor piercing. 2 Doom Diver catapults to bombard the enemy. A bunch of Savage Orc Boar Boys. That's gonna be quite a bit of mobility core. And Durkit Squigs. More armor piercing melee. That's probably because they are expecting armored trolls, which is the stone trolls. As for Tree Tone here, we have a whole lot of skirmishing cav, pretty staple for greenskins, just 6 Wolf Rider archers, and a line of goblins, packed in with some orc boys, a black orc big boss, providing that psychology immunity to nearby units, river troll, and in the sky, Azak with the wyvern. So yeah, let's yep, okay, everything's in line, and let's go. You guys can start. Seems that both players are ready and they can start now. So we'll just wait for them to get the battle started. And with the artillery advantage of me here, me is a Taiwanese YouTube content creator. His channel is in traditional Chinese, so if you know Mandarin and you want to watch something in like the Chinese native language you have, just feel free to drop by his channel. Anyways, now let's get back to this fight here. With me's artillery advantage, he will be able to just bombard all these units here, and Doom Diver catapults, despite being more of an armored piercing anti-infantry tool, it's actually pretty good at sniping out large units. Now the Goblin Great Shaman seems to be pushing a little bit ahead of himself, getting bombarded by all these firepower, and yeah, it's not a lot of positive. This is not a good trade. A lot of free damage here, but okay, a nice also getting Spirit Leech. That's just a lot of damage coming in. Thankfully, the Goblin Great Shaman on the Spider Shrine is a pretty thick boy. He has the damage to tank out a lot of these units. And the Doom Diver catapults trying to snipe out these River Troll hacks, doing some really good damage actually with the massive missile strength. Also, there was also something like a Vindictive Glare from the Goblin Great Shaman there, just sniping out some units of the River Troll hack. But now it seems that the Doom Divers are aiming at Slaughter, Azek the Slaughterer instead. Sorry for a bit of a lag here, as it seems that the connection with the players is a little bit problematic. Maybe it's my end again, or I'm not sure. Like, anyways, we will just have to kind of bear with it for now. Okay, it seems like it's moving up again with the Goblin Wolf Riders archers flooding forward, trying to get their hands onto the closest, the most juicy target they can get. But the box from the Greenskin seems to be quite a thick formation here, with the Night Goblins just fending off, trying to screen away these Goblin Wolf Riders, preventing them from going in. Okay, a few nice sparkly missile attacks are launched onto Azek here. Azek dropping down onto the Cobweb Spider Shrine. A ballsy move here, but with the nearby Savage Orcs in support, he might be in big trouble if he just get counter-charged. The front line is actually an absolute mosh pit here, as the Goblins and Squigs are just charging into River Troll hacks, fighting each other. But as expected, Azek here is in huge trouble, just getting smacked by the anti-large of the Goblin Great Shaman's Spider, and the Boar Boys coming in, pushing him away, and the point-blank shots from the Doom Divers chipping away his HP. But of course, the close presence of these Spider Riders and Wolf Riders are raining shots into the Goblin Great Shaman here, pulling down his health and also his leadership, while over here the Red Goblins just pushing forward, breaking all these units in the vicinity. The River Troll hack are just getting pushed away with the Doom and Darkness, routing these cowardly trolls. Just not enough to save the day, even with the Black Orc the Black Orc Big Boss in this little blob here is not enough to save the day, as the immune to psychology does have a rather short range of effect. And with that, the nice attack from the Doom Diver catapult sniping out Azek the Slaughterer and also the River Troll hacked, and with a nice Doom and Darkness and the misplacement of the Black Orc Big Boss, as he should have been in this engagement, providing that immune psychology instead. All these Savage Orc Boar Boys, the Night Goblin Shaman, the River Troll hacked, and mass Doom and Darkness overload was able to break apart all these River Trolls. There's no hacks in here. Anyways, a really painful experience for Azek's faction here, with only the Goblin Wolf Rider archers in the fray are able to dish out any pain or damage. The River Trolls are coming back, but I'm not sure whether they're enough to win the game, as the rest of the blue Orcs units are extremely tattered, and the nice deployment of the Doom Diver catapults sniping and shattering Azek. And with that, you can see the balance of power is extremely against the favor of the blue orcs. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the battle, as the river trolls are getting routed by the Doom and Darkness yet again. Only these river trolls are still trying to stem the tide of River Troll Hack, the Savage Orc Warboss, the Nasty Skulker finally pushing into combat. We also have the Orc Shaman pushing forward as well. And yeah, it's just overloading everything else. While over here, this flank, the Orc Boys, the River Trolls trying to push for the backline, but with the Savage Orc Warboss holding the tide, they were unable to do so, and that is the end of the battle. And Tree-Tone suffers a defeat. Me will be pulling out. Skarsnik will be pulling out victorious. Now let me just quickly message the next fighters of. Wait, I don't have to message the next fighters. I need to. Okay, it seems that I need to edit combat a bit. And let me just quickly. Oh. Let me just quickly start the tour. I just realized I haven't started the tournament, so my participants here are now unable to update the score. Let me just quickly message them. Yep. Okay, they should be able to update the scores now, and congratulations to me for winning out in this fight. Now just go for a quick screening, quick post-battle army performances analysis. We have Tree-Tone here. Like, the River Trolls are not able to do a lot of damage here. Just getting smashed apart by all the firepower from the Doom Diver catapults and routed by the Doom and Darkness, especially given the misplacement of the Black Orc Big Boss, unable to provide that immune to psychology, while the Doom Diver catapults 1200 value, 1000 value on this one. Goblin Great Shaman, the persistent fire from the persistent fire with the vindictive glare was able to snipe out some of the river trolls, and otherwise and took some damage from Azak the Slaughterer as well, but just not enough to rout him. And instead, with the Doom Diver catapults, really, just these two are the MVP here, just blasting away on Azak and the River Troll hacks, sniping out all these key units of Tree-Tone, doing some heavy work, heavy lifting. Night Goblins here was able to overpower the Goblins, just overall doing pretty decent and still having quite a few units of these guys surviving. I also need to ask my next player. Okay, it seems that my opponent is still on doing something right now, so we can just take this post-army battle performance analysis a little bit slower. No need to rush right now. Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, that's a very good choice in general, but I think it might have needed a little bit more armor piercing in this particular scenario. Like, the Goblin Great Shaman, a really nice pick with the anti-large armor piercing against all these monsters, and the armor just tanked out all these damage from the Goblin Riders. Yes, they are a good skirmish cav, but they do not have the armor piercing to drag down a huge spider chungus like the Arachnarok spider, the lava Arachnarok. And the Troll Hack here, a really nice Doom and Darkness placement there, just routing almost all of these River Troll Hack in one go, River Trolls in one go, and it's just a value city at that point on, like breaking all these trolls apart. And without the monster support, the infantry breaks out as well, and without infantry to support, then the Savage Orc boys and just charge into the routing infantry, break them down, and also chase down River Troll hacks. But I don't think they actually chase after anything. Instead, just the Doom Divers consistently firing and picking apart the river trolls. Now, let me just check the chat, as we are pretty much done with the army performances here. And let me see. Phoenix King. Oh, nice suggestion with the. Yeah, nice suggestion. It seems that Phoenix King is suggesting a bunch of ideas for a high elf themed tournament such as this. Now, Avalon with the tree build, yes, that absolutely works. Knights of Calador equals to cavalry, and that's gonna be Imric as well. Oh, actually, maybe cavalry and maybe dragon princes and dragons, maybe. Okay, that might be a little bit more of we can think about it later. Nagaryth with Shadow Warriors and Shadow Walkers. Yep, that absolutely is, or is it Mistwalker? Actually, that is fine either way. Oh wait, we can add in campaign specific units for the High Elf match. Actually, that will be interesting to go. That would be an interesting idea. Like, I'd have to think about adding in campaign specific, but like that will need to be a little bit of yeah, that will need a little bit more consideration, especially in terms of balancing and whatnot. We don't want stuff to get screwed over by all the untested campaign units in multiplayer, and that's gonna affect the player experience. So we need to be careful on the unit selection. Now, for Order of Lore Masters, that's gonna be Sword Masters for sure, and maybe we can add in a Lore Master into the unit restrictions. Now, Phoenixes and Sword Masters for the Order of Lore Master as well. Now, Lothern would be a prince with all abilities on Star Dragon. But Lothern though, maybe we should add in Lothern Seaguard since it's literally the namesake of the unit. Like, we can think about that. Now, we also have a bunch of subfactions like Kothic and Grace and Turnok and Illyrian. Well, we can probably figure out a Grace subfaction with a lion theme, like giving them a lion theme unit restriction, and of course allowing our campaign only lord to come in. I forgot his name again because I'm bad with names, but yeah, our White Lion legendary, not legendary but unique lord would be an interesting pick. Now, Aetherian, has there been a Grimgore game yet? Well, wait and see. I am playing Grimgore, and I think I'm the only one playing Grimgore, so if I lose this game, this will probably be the only Grimgore game of the day. Anyways, let me just quickly set up. Okay, let me just quickly set up a. Well, I'm not gonna. I need to set up the screen blocker yet again and change my login details since you probably saw that. Now let me just quickly do that. Screen blocker, host battle. Now let me just host the game here. Let me just quickly host the room so my opponent can find it. I do. Wait, what? Fail to host game? What? What do you mean fail to host game? Okay, anyways. Okay, now I can host the game. It's all good. So, map is Iron Sand Desert. And I'll be playing... What faction should I pick? I'm not sure. I honestly not sure what faction should I pick. Let me just think. There's so many factions. I'll pick Greenskins. Anyways. So, Alistair counts as hero. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn. I thought, like, they can maybe pick finally a lord for the army. And making Alistair a leader. Giving him the seat he deserves. Anyways, just let me message my opponent. So... Yeah, just let him find the lobby on the multiplayer lobby. And yeah, we will see that, like, okay, let me see. Gate Aetherian, there's the Gate Guard campaign exclusive. Oh, Gate Guard would be interesting, but what faction can they fit in? Like, I don't know what faction they can fit in. Like, they're a really solid hybrid unit, but it's just a general unit. It only shows, yeah. And seems my opponent is here, and I have to think about how to deal with. Wait, what faction is he? Oh wait, yeah, the Grom. Ugh, this is gonna be this. Okay, Grom is the most interesting one so far, as it is a mass spamming of chariots. You need to use 3,000 gold, spend 3,000 gold into chariots, and that includes pump wagons. And let me just, yeah, I don't have unit caps on, as they are allowed to bring up to 6 chariots, just for the unit caps issue there, and still the boar chariots are capped at 4. Like supposedly Grom is the most powerful lord in existence, in this meta, but yeah, the whole thing is gonna be rather interesting, as well. You see, pump wagons are not exactly the greatest unit in this kind, in the game, so things will be rather awkward when you're fighting with them. Like, they just goes into combat and just get dragged down and whatnot, but we'll see. Let's say we'll see. Like, I'm not really sure whether it's even a good idea, but we'll see. But like, 6 chariots is tough. Well, 6 chariots is tough, Jason, but when you're facing pump wagons, I actually tried bringing a pump wagons spam before, but it's just ended up horribly, and I never use pump wagons anymore. I just stopped using that. It's because they absolutely sucks. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. These guys, like, they just absolutely sucks in every way imaginable. Like in my wild army builds, I always love using like off-meta units, including a bunch of including say war lions, these kind of units that are not exactly popular in the meta, but pump wagons is just the bane of my existence. I just can't. I just can't. Like, I know it's sad for these little gobbles. They're just like the most Mad Max unit in the whole game. It's fun to use them, but it's just so painful. Like I don't know, man. I just can't. And that's why I have to give big props to my opponent here, Ninja from the GGX clan, for picking the Grom faction here, bringing in the most Mad Max build, with Grom being the paunch here, the big fat middle-aged leader of the wasteland, and with his crazy lackeys going on some going down vehicles and going for a ride, going for a speed freak absolute matlat attempt. Like, that's definitely a big props. Like, he has already won the game in my heart, and now we just need to see if he actually might secure a victory. Now I need to check what I can probably get a. Okay, I might just get something for my stuff. And yeah, that should be all. Just quickly get some magic in my arsenal, and I should be good. Cool. Yep, got some magic in my fray, and we should be good. Now, what else can we do for unit picks? I overspent. Like, Grimgore is so expensive. I don't even know whether it's worth it. Like, he is good in combat, don't get me wrong. It's just he's costly. Like, a whole lot of costly. So, like, overall, we just need to figure out whether he can hold out in combat. Either way, we will see. And let me just go for a bunch of... Like, Grom probably has the most limited roster in this... Like, Grom has the most limited roster as he is limited to chariots, and chariots... Greenskins doesn't exactly have the best of chariots. You have the boar chariots only, and then you have a bunch of goblin wolf chariots and thief robbers, like regiment of renowned chariots, and then you have some war machines that's not linked pump wagons. So okay. I do hope that Ninya would bring in a bunch of pump wagons. I do hope that's the case. I'm not sure whether he considers chariots as pump wagons as a chariot, since they get slotted into the get slotted into war machine option. That was a little bit of oversight on my part. But I did talk about like playing Grom in the faction here, and so I think, you know, he might realize that I do intend the pump wagons being chariots. So let's wait for our opponent here to ready up. I do say that it takes a lot of thought into playing this chariot build. Like, he has to bring chariot, he doesn't have a choice. It is the subfaction rule, and it seems our opponent is ready now. Now just let's get the thing ready, get the blocker off so we can start playing again. And we are back Iron Sand Desert with a bunch of Goblins. An elite Greenskin army. Like, I do hope to see pump wagons on the battlefield. Like, I have never seen them in multiplayer at all, unless I bring them on battlefield and just let them die horrendously. Like, they can't even fight through like regular infantry. It's just they're just bad. So like, Grom is probably the least balanced faction, being forced to go for chariots and whatnot. So yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a pain. Jason of 6 chariots is tough, and 4 boar chariots is 4 boar chariots is 3,000, so that's why I limited them to 4 only. Like, it is the multiplayer unit cap anyway, so I guess I just thought it would be best to stick to them. And now Phoenix King, we could mod him as a lord. Yeah, I see your point. We can probably try modding Alistair as Lord, but that also requires every single participant to like install the mod, and that might be a little bit of a logistic nightmare when you think about it. So I think we can't really do that as a tournament idea. Alistair is fun and all, but it just doesn't really work that way. Now we just need to deploy all our units in a rather bunched up formation. A bunch of gobbles, more gobbles. I love my gobbles. And Grimgore deserves his own group, of course. We also have a bit of an anti-large armory, and yeah, there we go. This will be it And yeah, also like seems like our opponent is Ethereum. Pump wagons are OP at launch. I don't really remember them. Like, okay, this comes back to my weird obsession with off-meta units again. Like, I don't usually use the most OP, the most meta build, the most meta faction. So when Grom came out, I didn't exactly use Greenskin. I only started using Greenskin after Beastman got announced. And now here I am doing an Orktober tournament stream and whatnot. So I'm not... I actually don't remember pump wagons used to be OP. But now, yeah, it seems that they are definitely down to a trash tier unit right now. And yeah. Okay, since our opponent is ready, we can... Okay. We can just start the combat. Okay. Of course they brought artillery. Oh, alright, well, we push. Wait, where are the... Where the chariot? What? What am I seeing? I don't really... Or is it ROM costing over 3,000 in terms of chariot? Ah, well. What? Does Grom cost over 3,000 in terms of chariot? Oh boy. And that's a lot of Orc Warboys as well. Right, somewhat, yeah, I kind of need a quick... 5 Wolf Riders... Wait. Oh shit, it's 5 Wolf Riders a rollback brick? I remember I could bring 5... Oh, okay, we need to push forward either ways, and... thanks for reminding me, Phoenix King. I'm not... I don't exactly remember that unit cap pot. Now I just need to check with my opponent. I think... Rom only costs a little bit over 2,000. I might need to consult with my opponent here, as both of us seems to be going after a little bit of a rule. It seems to be a little bit of rule mix-up. Anyways, we'll be pushing forward, and we need to push forward, and like we need to... Anyways, let's just play this battle and we'll figure out the rules afterwards. And okay, anyways, let's just push as we are just trying to get the fight started. Yeah, we can just push, it's all good. Yeah, we'll have to check out the rules first, and then keep going for the rest of the stuff. Right now, let's just get the fight going. Either way, it's gonna be an intense fight between two weird factions here. We can just do the fight first and then figure out the rules later. Like, either way, we just gonna have fun with the fight anyway. Pushing in with all the mobility units as we can, trying to fan off their units here. We need to go into melee combat. Or Warboy Biggins are trying their damnness to... Okay, that's just... The Gobble Shaman is definitely not doing a good job here. Yep, this Gobble Shaman died. Yep. We might need a rematch right now, actually. Like, I'm not seeing enough. I'm not seeing enough chariots on the field. Like, unless I mistaken on some stuff. Let me just check the rules again. I might have a typo or something somewhere. Let me just quickly. Like, let me just quickly check the full description. Rome, yeah. Okay. So yeah, we need to go back for a little bit of a rematch issue here. All right. Anyways, let's just quickly concede. Yeah, let's just quickly concede defeat and battle, and just quickly organize a rematch against our opponent. Yeah, anyways, yeah. Like, alright, let's just go for a rematch. Yeah, okay, so yeah, anyways, I need to take away some Wolf Riders here. It seems I overloaded on in terms of the Wolf Riders. And just going for the other options here, basically. Let's just go for a rematch and then we'll see what happens. Well, at the meantime, let's adjust the build a little bit. Anyways, I'll just adjust my build a bit since it's obviously proven to be rather disastrous. Alright, I'll just make sure to state that, yeah, 3,000 gold worth of chariots outside the Lord. Just going to state that clearly as well to prevent any. Yeah, just state that the Grom doesn't count as chariot. So, Grom does not count with chariot, and yep, 3,000 gold worth of chariots other than the Lord. So let's just wait for our opponent here to pick out a new build. Well, we have to figure out a different build since this time we can't really do the same thing again. Our opponent will expect it, and yeah, needs a different strategy overall. And of course, we need to like prevent screwing up with the builds again. Okay, another minor detail of the rule that I forgot to mention throughout the whole game is you can actually upgrade your units, and the chevrons will be counted towards the 3,000 gold. Like, for example, if I want to bring some, like, only 3 big guns here, and they only cost 2,400, like, if you upgrade them to something like this, and them costing 3,001 gold each, and then it will be fulfilling the requirement as well by, like, upgrading their cost. But of course, I'm not gonna do that. Like if I'm, like, say 20 gold away from the threshold, I might just do that to fill up the limit. But yeah, for now, that will be the case. And yeah, well, let's just go back to some. Ooh. Should I bring the Broken Tusk mob? No, they are pretty trashy in their own right. We'll figure out something later. Either way, we will be bringing a bunch of Skirmishing Cav. And we also need maybe try some Death Creepers. I don't know. And let's just bring some Gobbles in the front line. Going cheaper on the Blark, the Bob. Yeah, Black Orc Big Boss. We're not bringing Block, and let's just bring more Gobbles in. Gobble Shaman here. It's just a fragile unit that needs to stay behind instead of like going into melee combat. We need to like figure out a better way to use him, and I still want to bring him though. Like, actually, I might just I can't bring the River Troll Hack. It's not in the roster, and then I have to bring in some. Okay, Gork will fix it, and that would be the case. Both going cheap overall. Sneaky stabbing, Gork will fix it. And yeah, that's should be it. While Grimgore here just going for an overpowering build overall. And like, let's just check if like we'll see if our opponent is going after the following the limitations. JG, that's a good point. I need to read the rules again. Like, sometimes, like, I write the rules myself, and like, but I totally forgot to check up the fruit rules on unit limits. That's kind of that's a bit on my part. Like, normally I just have the unit caps on, and if the unit caps are saying things, then I'm just gonna follow it. But I do need to like memorize the unit restrictions more. Yeah, let's see if our opponent is ready, and we'll just go ahead. Now one thing though, does the chariots, I forgot, actually does the chariots over here has, they actually have fear on this, not like the spiky rollers. What about the other ones? They don't, they just have expendable. That means they don't affect morale if they're killed and whatnot. Interesting. I think I might have to go for a wider Orc Boys build. Okay, so I have, 1,600, and yeah, this is definitely over 3,000 gold. Yeah, thanks for being understanding, guys. Thanks for being understanding with a little bit of mishap over there, and yeah, thanks for watching my gameplay for now. And now let's just get everything ready up, and we will go ahead with a wider build this time. And it should be fine. Let's go. I hope I didn't fuck up another build. I think like that you can only have 6. You can have 6 360 degree firing units, so it should be fine. I do hope that my opponent brings not like pump wagons here, like, or maybe they'll bring a bunch of chariots there. We'll see. But for now, I'm not bringing Black Orcs. I'm just bringing Grimgore. Grimgore Ironhide, just he's like the chatters of chats in the old world, just like foot slogging into melee combat, and then just headbutt goddamn Archaon in the face, breaking the Crown of Dominion, if I remember correctly. It's just badass. But in this game, it's just kind of you're just a slow melee lord. Everyone can focus you down with armor piercing fire. You can't catch anything on your 2 feet, and just get bullied around by other monsters and whatnot. It's just underwhelming. Consider how powerful the guy is in lore. Disappointment at its finest, and nobody ever uses him in like in multiplayer as well. It's just sad. But thankfully, it seems that we have multiple players playing Grimgore. Oh wait, actually, yeah, I remember now. Like another player switched over to Grimgore in the last minute. Yeah, I totally forgot. Rusty, and that is Rusty here, who is commentating in the chat as well. Yeah. JG, thanks for being understanding. Like, yeah. I should have read the fruit rules a bit more, because, like, normally I just kind of roll with the mindset. If both players agree to like a small minor rule break, it's fine. But obviously, when you're doing a stream like this, it should not be the case. Now over here, let's just set up the whole build again. Grimgore will be pushing into combat, and then we have these guys. Just spam. I just like, there's no reason not to spam skirmish cav as a greenskin player. So we have this going on. And let's just not waste any more time, as we will be starting the game like right away. Now I do it. Like a little bit of okay, cool. Seems my opponent's rep. Yay, boy! Oh wait, no, it's not like pump wagons. Ah, damn it. Well, it's chariots, spore boy chariots, which actually makes more sense in this case. Like, I'm not sure. Like, this is the only Grom in combat, so unfortunately, if he loses, then we won't see any more. We won't have any chances to see pump wagons. Either way, we will start. We have the wolf riders harassing their wolf riders. We have more stuff coming in, and just let's shoot them. Like, we can just come in and shoot these guys, actually. Doom divers and whatnot. That's fine. Our infantry will be pushing forward. We do not have Black Ox this time. So, yeah. And shoot these, shoot the Doom divers so they can... we don't have to deal with the issues here, and we can just push away with some stuff. Okay, River Troll Hag, that's gonna be an issue. Huh. Okay, it seems that they're pouring fire into the boar into the boar boys. Doesn't matter, we can just push forward. We can just push forward with all our stuff. Doesn't matter. Now switch over our targets here with a little bit of incoming fire from the side. These are orc boys only, so you can just charge them. Fine. I don't really care about. Okay, cool. We can charge into combat. Let's do a bit of corporal fix it there. You can charge into combat. Let's hope. Yep. We're crumping their orc boys there. Unfortunate that we don't have any pump wagons. It is not a competitive pick after all, so it kind of makes sense, honestly. And also, another thing is that really, one thing really saving my ass here is skirmish mode. Gonna have to say, like, skirmish mode is one thing that really makes things a lot easier for me. Like, it's kind of embarrassing to admit this, but I do have a pretty crap micro overall. So, like, if I get into if I don't have skirmish mode, then chances are I might just get screwed over in melee combat long ago. Like in the skirmishing game long ago. Anyways, let's just get this on. We can start hacking down the chariots. Get the Death Creepers a little bit of a buff in terms of attack. Now we just need to overwhelm the chariots there. Just get a bit of a charge order into these guys. Let's just kite them and swarm the backline. We're good. Now, time for a little bit of wah popping. And where's the master? Yep, there. Right here, it's fine. We're fighting. We can just get some units in here. We need something to hold down the whole blob of orc brigands and whatnot. Thank fuck, we still have the WAAAGH going for now. But we do have to finish off. Well, we finish everything here, so we can start charging the units into here and stop. Now, bro, you're not getting out of this alive. I can't let you get out alive. Oh, a little bit of a misclick. Now for the Gorko fix it there. Grimgor, you need to finish them off. Say my name. Why do I feel like that's some line straight out of Mad Max? Say my name. But either way, we have to go. Finish off other units. Like, the balance of power is still pretty damn even. I'm not feeling comfortable at all here. Okay. A lot of our units are routing. The boy Biggins are not holding out, and Grom is pulling out from combat. Like, just goddammit. Like, Grimgor never catches anything. Damn it. Such is the life of a poor foot melee lord. Now we'll just charge our units into melee combat. The orc boys are routing. Okay, let's see if we can just get into combat against these units. Grimgor, keep fighting. You need to fight. And of course, Grom is still healing and whatnot at times. Orc boys routing. Need to get them back into combat. We are pulling a little bit ahead in balance of power, which is good news. Bad news is our units are routing and whatnot, so at times. Anyways, let's see, what else can we buff? We can just buff these guys. They will be running into melee combat against some other chariots and whatnot. This will be a little bit of a issue here, but let's see if we can do some damage. Oh, at least we are doing some sniping damage, I suppose. Alright, let's just get the boys into the fray again. Grimgor not having a good time whatsoever, but okay, time to route, time to run, boys, and we just got to fix it. These guys. Oh no! What is dishing out all the damage on? Anyways, let's just finish Grom off. Ooh, that pain, that hurts a lot. And yep, Grimgor, no, don't you dare routing. Like, just finish Grom first. Come on, you can do this, Grimgor. Oh, damn it, just getting stuck on stuff, really? Such is the fate of Grimgor. Ironhide. Pain. The pain is real. The pain. Okay, at least you're. Is he finished? Where's Grom? Okay, cool. Oh boy. Just, Grom's still alive. Come on, you can do this, Grimgor. Like just. Come on. You had, and Grimgor died. Oh, you had one job. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. And now we're in a mass rout. Like, come on. Oh, shame on you, Grimgor. And now, Grom is just healing. Oh, damn it. Is Grimgor gonna lose? No. And I forgot to bring. Come on. You guys had one job. You guys had one job, literally. For fuck's sake. Damn it. And yeah, the big guns are just dying. Like god damn it. At least finish, at least push Grom away. Come on, like you had one job. Oh damn it. Like you're so close. Yeah, just right at the white line. Come on, you can do this. Yep, done. We're done. Let's just clean up the rest. Like, come on. Like, this absolutely sucks. Like Grimgor. Like, you had one job and you fucked it up so hard. You almost lost the game. I mean, I don't think I'm still winning either who, but like, Goblin, you can do this. Run, Gobble, run. Like, ugh. Like, come on. I don't even know whether I can finish this off, but like. All right, we got the troll hack. Now we just need to finish off these guys with a little bit of an all-angle charge. Let's not be hasty. Like just hold off a bit before we charge in with the rest of our units here. Okay. Alright, we can probably charge in now. Give them a rear charge and a little bit of a faster and stronger unit nearby. And then he routed, but then we do have a little bit of a swarming situation going on there. Let's see if we can break them with rear charges and whatnot. Infantry, get in there, finish them off, and we should be able to have it. I mean, it's still so close. Like, come on, I don't have magic to hold this or anything, but like all I have is a Blork, Bob to hold everything together. Oh, the Night Goblins! Oh no, the Epic Loonies, they're still holding! Oh, damn it. Using Grimgor is pain, but army losses is hit, and thankfully. Oh god. God damn it. Ugh. Grimgor, seriously Grimgor, you are a pain to behold. Anyways, let me just quickly message the next participants, and it seems that we have spent enough time on this fight. Let me just quickly check up the next participant. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. Oh, okay. Now let me just catch up with the chat for a bit. Oh, nice. Thanks for setting up the lobby, Rusty. And okay. Is there a rule break in white line camping? I don't. It might be a little bit close to white line, but I don't think is a huge issue, like in general for this. I mean, I'm not sure because like the wording of the documents itself is rather vague. Like it's more of down to the interpretation of the moderator, as in what is a suitable distance between the white line and formation. Well, I think I have enough space to go in from behind. Like, the mountain is definitely, of course, a favorable terrain and whatnot, but yeah. It's a bit of, it's a little bit of a gray area in that kind of like, it really downs to the moderator's interpretation and whatnot. Now, okay. Grimgor, yeah, Grimgor really gave Grom a crumping by being the best orc and round, but still, after all, he just gets screwed in the melee combat for whatever reason. The Savage Orc Biggins did a huge number on the guy. It's just pain to use Grimgor, like, but yeah. Yep. More Grimgor games, Varian, more Grimgor games. Now for the rest of the army performances, one of the Orktober Biggins really did some good damage overall. Now the Wolf Riders and whatnot, like they have been doing a solid job there, in especially surviving to the late game for a rear charge and finishing off the rest of the Chariot army. Now Black Orc Big Boss, solid piece, a solid anchor for the army after Grimgor died. Thankfully he's there, and also the Goblin Shaman also there to really bring in the pain. Now, Rusty, excuse me for a sec. Let me just go through the rest of the army performances. And yeah, overall, Grimgor dished out the damage he needed to give to the to Grum's side, and also rarely you see this, but the Orktober Biggins actually carried the game pretty decently. Now for the Grum army, Grum got a lot of kills, but in the end, since he was just fighting against Orc Boys and Goblins, not a lot of damage overall. The Giant River Trollhack did better. The Savage Orc Biggins stuck against Grimgor was able to do some heavy beating on the guy. The Chariots, however, wasn't able to do too much damage, got some decent value, especially on this one, but like it's just not a lot of good targets for them to kill, especially now that we are in the calf beta, the updates are in, so the Chariots aren't OP as before. And since I did not have Black Orcs like last game, the Doomed Diver Catapults wasn't able to do as much damage as it did in the previous game. Now anyways, let's just get the battle going, and let's go for the next battle and join and find the next fight. Okay, I just need to find the lobby password. Oh, let's just join. Wait, let me just quickly switch over to the screen blocker. Come on, blocker. Yep, there you go. Nobody's seeing anything. This fight will have Rusty from the Ima clan versus Brain Damage. Now, I also need to like go into the replay files and just save up the replay. I totally forgot to do that. So while the players are selecting their army, I will just quickly rename the replay files. And yeah, let's just go through that. Alright, it seems that both players are ready. Rusty will be bringing in another Grimgor game. Yes, we have two Grimgors, and Brain Damage will be playing Skarsnik. Skarsnik, as always, just a very solid balance choice, as I've said before, but I don't think I went in too deep on the issue here. As Skarsnik, I think he is probably the most, like, he has the most balanced choice. You have the numbers, you can bring in the main line of infantry for the Goblins, and then you can also have the cavalry in terms of the Squig Hoppers and maybe just Squigs. Although one thing I do rarely see Squigs these days, you have, okay, let's give a quick check. We have a bunch of Night Goblins, 3 units of Night Goblins, and Goblin Archers, so that's definitely fulfilling the, like, plus Durkit Squigs, though. So that's definitely fulfilling the 3,000 limit. The big gun. What the heck am I looking at? Wait. A Goblin army and the big gun. Okay, so a chaff overall, like, fence, screening, fending off opposing army, while the big gun and a lot of artillery at the back line here. Okay, is it really defensive use of the back line here? So it's not all the way back to the back, and it's not okay. This one should be fine. It's just a very deep rank, 3 ranks deep formation here. While like that's for Brain Damage and a bunch of first Goblin Spider Riders. Now for Rusty here, we have a bunch of course, Forest Goblin Spider Riders, Black Orcs, and Black Orcs. We talked about the Black Orcs in the overall, like before we go into the tournament and whatnot, and Rusty was telling me Black Orc seems to be a pretty strong choice in this pick, but I'm not sure. Like, look at the Rock Lobbers at the back just staring down over the battlefield. This might be a bit tricky to get these guys into combat and crump the opposing greenskins. Anyways, the River Troll Hag is definitely a popular pick in this matchup since, well, you have a lot of Terror, Doom, and Darkness just to scare off the greenskin units would be pretty solid overall. Okay, let me just double check the unit limits. 400 on these guys, that's 1,200, and then 400 something, 475 on the Night Goblin Archers. So just let's just pretend they're 400. So we have 2,400, and the Circuit Squig's definitely over 600. So yeah, it should be fine. Okay, seems that both players are starting the game, so it's fine. We are going forward with the Savage Orcs and the Goblins pushing forward. A very wide line here, but with so much artillery fire, the armor piercing. Oh no, the pain on the Black Orcs. It really hurts. Like 6 models already down, and they still have a long way to go. The Forest Goblin Spider Riders are pushing forward, same are these Spider Rider Archers, but the counterfire from the Night Goblin Archers are just dishing out the pain. And oh no, the rock drops. Nice dodge actually from Rusty there, just dodging away from the rock from the big end there, but there's still like 2 more catapults, and it's just gonna be a rather tricky thing to push forward. They're pushing forward, and yeah, the rocks are smashing into. Okay, this one not as painful hit as before. Not sure why. It's just probably just a formation, but the Goblin Spider Riders are not trading efficiently. Now they need to get into the Rock Lobbers somehow. Like, they can still probably circle around here, but the Circuit Squigs and Spider Riders charging in, pushing away the other Spider Riders. The Forest Goblin Archers are getting shot down by all these static archers and the combination of artillery fire. The Black Orcs, oh, it's just a painful, grueling push. They need to keep moving, but already down to half health. 18 models down. Oh no, this is not a good news for the Black Orcs. They are losing a lot of value before going into the combat. You can see the balance of power is edging towards the favor of the red greenskins. Okay, nice. I forgot what is that spell, but a nice spell onto the Night Goblin Shaman, and just a Gaze of Mork. That's it. Wait, no, Gaze of Mork is, I forgot. Anyways, and Night Goblin Warboss putting the fungi on the Goblin, on the Orc Shaman. They're pinning him down in combat, pouring in fire to dish out the damage, and forcing Grimgor to push into combat here. The Orc Shaman is taking a lot of damage, although that leaves the Goblin Big Boss into combat as the Night Goblin Warboss is pushed away by Grimgor's buff, and now the Goblin Big Boss is getting crumped, and the mass infantry line of the blue Orcs are pushing in down into the second line of the red greenskins. So even the big gun has to go into melee combat and just body slamming everything in the vicinity. Black Orcs, despite being tattered, they are now into melee combat. Now they will be crumping everything in the vicinity. Truly staying true to the elite of the greenskins, but Purple Sun bombing everything in the vicinity. Oh god, this is painful. All these Goblin Rider Archers, and the Black Orcs is getting smashed apart by all the nice Purple Sun, but more Black Orcs are flooding in. There's just not enough stopping power from the red greenskins to punish them. Although the balance of power is definitely in the favor of the red greenskins, but I don't see how they can push the stem the tide of all these swarm of heavy armored bodies of Black Orcs. Like, once these guys get into the back line and shut down the Goblin Rock Lobbers, they will have a huge trouble in shutting down all these Black Orcs. Maybe they probably have to rely on the big gun in like shutting them down, but I think it might be a better choice to just give them a little of a point-blank shot with the rocks, but they still need to get into melee combat. And oh, nice Fanatic cast over on the line of just smashing apart some of the Black Orcs here, going all the way into here and just grinding apart all these units. And the big gun here smashing, body slamming everything in the vicinity, just the atomic slap, just bam, and just, oof, the pain on the Black Orcs is immense. Like, there's just so many armor-piercing fire in the on the field right now. But yeah, the Black Orcs, okay, now the Black Orcs are feeling the pain from the big gun, and they can't really do enough damage against the big gun here. Like, they're not getting a nice round, and with the Dirkit Squakes finally coming back into melee combat, just charging into the rear, dishing out that anti-infantry armor-piercing damage against the Black Orcs, the Black Orcs is faltering. Now the Black Orcs here, still one of them very healthy, like half health, so they are smashing apart these rock lobbers, and the Night Goblin Warboss getting trapped. Oh, this is bad news for the red Greenskins, getting trapped by the Forest Goblin Rider Archers, and oh boy, Grimgor is coming in with his huge axe, Git Sneak, snicking the Gits, and oh, he just needs to get one hit in. Like, can he get it? Once, oh, and that is one hit that will seal the deal for the Night Goblin Warboss. It's just kissing goodnight, the guy can run off, and wait, and yeah, he's broken off. The balance of power is still pretty against the favor of the the blue greenskins here, as Grimgor Ironhide already taking quite some damage throughout the melee combat. The Night Goblin archers are trying their best to shoot down everything in the vicinity. The giant river troll hack must have been draining the health of Grimgor with spirit leeches and whatnot. Although he's not getting a lot of damage value and kills, I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah. Anyways, the infantry tide is still flooding forward. The balance of power of the red greenskins is definitely holding up by the big gun and these forest spider rider archers and some remaining the goblin rock lobbers, who are just retreating to the back and staying away, maybe try to get onto the artillery models once again to bomb down the rest of the Black Orcs. Uranix is popped onto the giant river troll hack, but unfortunately they're not fast enough to catch her, even if she slowed with 30 speed and Grimgor only 33 speed after being poisoned. Although good news is the ammo of the red greenskins are running low, but the rock lobbing is still not ending, with the big gun here chugging in rocks, smashing apart these elite Black Orcs. Grimgor and the Black Orcs clattering into the gobbles. Smashing them should be able to rout them soon, but the bodies will still be delaying them, buying time. Very valuable for the big gun to just chugging rocks, killing these Black Orc models left, right, and center. More bad news is the Dirkit Squakes are coming in for a rear charge. Their anti-infantry armor-piercing damage just pushing back all these Black Orcs, dishing out the damage they need to really seal the deal for these elite greenskin units. The Savage Orcs are pushing forward, but they will just get routed by the terror and fear. Army losses is hit, and the remaining blue orcs are just not able to hold up the combat. And you can see there the greenskins from the blue team, the Rusty here, no, actually, sorry, brain damage with the red greenskins will be pulling out on top, and as the Crooked Moon will be pushing forward to the next round. But yeah, and that's GG for both players, and GG for every single player from the first round. There were some really amazing games, really enjoy watching them. And before we go into the second round, I will have to message the next players to set up their lobby. Now, just sorry, to give me a sec and just set things up. Now, it takes a little bit of time. Just let me quickly. All right. Seems like the next round will be Krill and me, which will be an Azek versus Skarsnik. So. Alright, let me just message them in the chat. And yeah, let's see. Let me just check is whether the stream is still fine. Yep, the stream's still good. Not a lot of issues for now. Thank God. And okay, army performance this time. The gobbles here. What the fuck? Okay, 500 damage for a gobble that costs 300. This is amazing. Almost 100 kills. Okay, maybe Rusty has lost, but this unit of gobble is definitely like pulling out in a rather spectacular manner. Like, he is winning. This gobble is definitely winning in life. Savage orcs there getting smashed apart by the frontline rush. Like, they were able to push into the second line, but the terror from the big gun there and also the anti-infantry damage, the splash damage from the body slams and atomic slap, the thunder clapping, pulling out a D&D skills right there. The thunder clapping, just smashing them, and they were just getting pushed off. They were able to crump the gobbles, but just not enough to sustain themselves in combat, especially against the big gun. Now, Savage Orc Biggins, they're also getting crumped pretty hard. The Black Orcs, as I expected. The Rock Lobbers and the Big Gun here is just the bane of these blocks. Oh boy. It's just a tough time watching these elite heavy infantry that I really like. Like, I really like their no-nonsense heavy infantry, pure metal theme, but it's just, the rocks are just too much. The rocks are just too much. The rest of the Gobble Cavalry didn't really do too much damage either, getting shoot down by the Night Goblin archers and smashed apart by the Rock Lobbers and the Big Gun. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a... I won't say it is a huge micro problem. It's just that maybe the army pick for Rusty here could have been a little bit better. And thinking that I need to fight this probably similar Goblin army next, and that's gonna be a huge issue that I have to think about. Oh boy, how am I supposed to fight this brain damage army? Now, Gobbles were here, like, doing some decent damage and just there to delay the push of the Greenskins, the other Greenskin units. We also have a bunch of Night Goblins here, the Fanatics actually. They did some okay damage. This, and I think the Night Goblin archers, they're able to counterfire the Spider Rider archers, definitely getting some decent value. And of course the Durkit Squigs, 1000 value, recharging all these armor piercing Black Orcs, really dishing out the pain. And Rook Idol, of course, with the rocks, and combined with the Rock Lobbers, they were able to just smash apart the Black Orcs. Now let's just move on to the next battle there. I think Rio has already set up. Yep, there we go. A little lobby there already set up. I just need to figure out the okay. Okay, let me just go. Wait, shit. Wrong joining method. Now I just need to go back to a little bit of rule setting. Go back to the message to players and whatnot. Give me a couple seconds. We'll just have to go into... Okay, let me just, before we go into the battle, we'll have to set up the blockers again, so we don't spoil the army picks. And hopefully we're going back... Nope, we're... Okay. Why did I always double click and join battle? Anyways, I do have the stuff on. Now I just need to spectate. I should stop double clicking every time. Anyways. Anyways, it seems that me and Kurio are in the room right now, so we will be seeing a battle on, this time the map is Desert's Bounty. Okay, so there might be a little bit issue in the white line camping over the Iron Sand Desert map, but like for now, I think that the artillery at the back lines are still having a decent distance from the white line, not exactly like right on smack on the white line where you can't actually squeeze any unit through the unit gaps. And like in both plays, like both my play and both my play against Ninja as well as just now Rusty versus Brain Damage, there were enough gaps space for the units, the mobility units to squeeze through. So I think it should be fine in terms of the white line issue there. Anyways, might have to figure out the white line issue for a little bit more and just put a more definite standard for the whole thing. I will take Rusty's issue into account next time. Okay, anyways, if there's any concerns about the rule enforcing and casting, feel free to just drop by and send me a message on Discord and raise the concern. I'll definitely take a look into the issue and see what can I do about it. And okay, let's see. Now, either way, we will be proceeding to the next stage of battle with me versus Kurio, and just let me just quickly check the units here. That's let me think. That's 1,000. Is that enough? Let me see. Okay, just give me a sec here. I need to check the costs on the units there. Yep, that's just 3,000. Okay, cool. Anyways, let's just get the battle started and have both players just go ahead and start the battle. But yeah, Jason, I do agree that the map is kind of weird with the rocks and mountains slapped right on the back of the little deployment zone. Like, Rusty, I see your concern there because like the rocks are actually extending themselves very close to the, or is it in the deployment zone? So that kind of allows the deployment to be slapped right on top of the, like to utilize, to have the chance to exploit the defensive formations. But like, I would say, you know, like this, the map itself is kind of annoying to deal with because like if you push all the way forward, you're just kind of like throwing yourself into an unfavorable position as you can't really deploy your artillery any far back. Like it is a finicky situation. I might actually have to mark specific rules for a certain map. That's the case, because like yes, there is a general rule of not using the extended impassable terrain and white lines, but like every map, some of the maps are just so annoying that you kind of have to like consider the map itself on its own. I might have to look into this later. Let me just mark it on a piece of paper since I'm still like okay. Map specific rules. Okay, anyways, let's now go for the army builds of both players here. Me playing as the blue greenskins, and we have Creel playing as the red greenskins. Now for me, this is insane. This is insane. I wasn't looking at his army build beforehand, but it seems that we are looking at a... Let me just quickly turn off the screen blocker there. And it seems that we are looking at a Night Gob... Wait, what? Wait, let me just... Okay. Black screen, a little bit of black screen issue. Don't worry about that, that's fixed. Now... Okay. Yep, it's all good. So, this is a Mad Lad build with a bunch of Night Goblins, Squig Hoppers, and only 3 infantry. Black Orcs, Crimson Killers, Night Goblins, and a bunch of Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. Actually, wait, I did check his cavalry build. So, 650 on 4 Squig Hoppers, that's 2,600 gold. And 1 Goblin, Night Goblin, that's just 300 gold. Perfect. Now, a bunch of skirmishing cavalry. We have an Orc Shaman bringing in only some spells there, all buffs. Here we go, and the Fist of Gork. And we have a Night Goblin Warboss. Also, what is leading the Greenskins? We have, if I remember correctly, is a Night Goblin Warboss. Where is the Night Goblin Warboss? Probably, yep. Oh yeah, this is the Night Goblin Warboss. Okay, never mind. And anyways, we have a bunch of Forest Goblin Rider, Spider Riders, Archers as well. Spider Rider Archers. Wait, that's 5 Spider Rider Archers? Is it? Oh, wait, no, that's Manju Marauders. So that's 4 Spider Riders and 2... 4 Spider Rider Archers and 2 Wolf Riders. Now, a bunch of Forest Goblin Spider Riders as well on this flank. A whole lot of Savage Orc Big Guns. So 900 gold. 1,800 gold. And then we have 2 Savage Orcs. That's 2,000. Okay, 3 more Savage Orc Big Guns. So yeah, that's 3,000 gold capped. That's a 3,000 gold limit hit. And just a very wide build in general. Going after a very elite build in return. Definitely, this is amazing. Honestly, I never expected to see a full Night Goblin Squig Hopper Rush build. It's not absolutely 100% Squig Hoppers, but this is a rather spectacular build in its own right. Although it might put them in a bit of a disadvantaged position with such a wide build that can overwhelm their positions. The Squig Hoppers will be getting quite damaged if they get stuck in combat against the big guns for too long. Now, anyways, let's just go for an overall view. We have the red greenskins here, played by Creel, pushing forward rather cautiously, while the skirmishing fire is just dishing out the pain against the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. It's just a nice little skirmishing poke fight. The Black Orcs can't push forward as they do have to stick to the formation here, absorbing all this damage from all the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, but thankfully they have 110 armor, absorbing a lot of that damage, the non-armor piercing arrow damage. A nice retreat from the Orc boys here, pulling out the Black Orcs out of position, allowing a more easy flanking maneuver. Some Night Goblin Squig Hoppers already trying to charge into combat, but getting stuck in there against all these anti-large damage, and just nice, no anti-large damage, just nice damage dishing out from the Savage Orcs for way too long. The lightly armored Night Goblin Squig Hoppers are getting shredded upon contact. We also have the big end here, thunder clapping all these Goblin units and just pushing them backwards, and Goblin Squig Hoppers charging into combat, but their anti-infantry attacks won't be helping them too much against Forest Goblin Spider Riders. And yeah, Crimson Killers pushing forward, their heavy armor should be able to help them against Savage Orcs, especially given that there is no artillery on the field. I'm actually surprised we don't see the big gun from the Wursak side from Kuriel. Anyways, like, if they actually brought that, then the Crimson Killers and the Black Orcs are just gonna be toasted at this point. But especially, this is a nice counter pick, actually. Nobody expects Crimson Killers and Black Orcs in a Skarsnik build, after all. Now, anyways, the Squig Hopper is getting shredded by the Savage Orcs. A nice dodge that evades the Brain Burster. The Fermented Fungi might be a little bit early in the cast, as they still have quite a bit of health left, so they are not gonna get rampaged. Like, I think the first threshold is 75% HP, so that's not even quite near enough. But anyways, the Mosh Pit is still going. It gains like a little bit of a wind spell, blasting away these Forest Goblin, Spider Rider Archers, and the Wolf Riders alike. And the blue... Me and his blue orcs might be in a little bit of an issue here, because there's not a lot of units left for them to fight out. Like, they can all they have to do is just rely on this Crimson Killers and the big end here to support the Night Goblin Warboss and the Goblin Shaman, just trying to grind out this whole fight from the cycle charges from, say, the archers, the Savage Orcs, the Orc Boys, more Orc Boys, more Savage Orc Bagans and whatnot. Just getting surrounded. Yes, they can probably win out in melee engagement, but I'm not sure how long can they hold up in this kind of fight, especially given that there might be damaging spells coming into their way. Like, where's Axe on the field after all? So, especially like where's Axe on the field with like Brain Burster and Gaze of Orc, whatever, available. Like, it will be able to blast away a lot of HP just with their magic damage, and they don't have any other options other than just standing there and taking the fire from all the skirmish cap. But thankfully they do have heavy armor, so that's the only saving grace for them. But if the Orc Shaman is gonna get killed by the constant poke from the... Where's the Goblin Shaman? Like, I swear I saw a Gaze of Mark somewhere, like a Vindictive Glare somewhere around, but yeah. But yeah, the Wurzak will be able to just... Wait, was that? Alright. Or is that the Gaze of... Yeah, Gaze of Mark is a missile, but yeah, that was the Gaze of Mark. Anyways, like, if they get surrounded and just get chipped away like that, they're just gonna get screwed. And this is actually fulfilling the attack rule, as the multi-entity units are still firing in. They can keep firing in until they expend all their ammo, and then they will have to engage in melee combat. Like, as long as the multi-entity units are still shooting, you can't really force an engagement. So, blue orcs right now have no choice but to take the fire while countering firing with the big gun. Okay, so we have we have the Orc Shaman here getting shot to pieces with all this firepower. The Goblin Spider Rider Archers are still shooting and just chipping away all these Black Orcs and whatnot. So this is just gonna be a pain for me and his heavy armor army. Like, if he can actually weather the storm, they can probably win this fight. But with the Mansion Marauders still firing those armor-piercing arrow fire, they're getting slowly chipped away. With all these healthy units around, they will get surrounded and grind down, especially given that they now lost all their sources of buffs. The Orc Shaman is no longer in play, getting sniped out by the Gaze of Mork, and yeah, getting smashed apart by these rocks and whatnot. So, yeah. Let me just see how this is gonna play out, but it's gonna be a slow grind as Curio slowly pushing forward all these Savage Orc Biggins and pulling away, preventing that charge, and trying to go for a lure in the charge with the Savage Orcs. Now they counter charge in with the Savage Orc Biggins, getting a nice charge onto the Black Orcs here. Another blast comes in. But what's this spell? I don't recall the Greenskin having a wind spell like that. I need to check. Oh, that's Edbutt. Oh, yeah, okay, that's Edbutt. I see what happens now. Anyways, Edbutt in, blasting these units, doing some nice damage overall to the HP of these Crimson Killers. Now, the big gun here is still trying to fight, and the Crimson Killers as well. They can probably do a valiant fight, a valiant attempt to defy these swarms of greenskins hordes, but I don't know whether they can weather the storm like that. Like, we have a little bit of a leadership buff from the Night Goblin Warboss here, Get Back here, buffing their leadership stats, trying to keep these Black Orcs in the fight, but once that wears out, Black Orcs will be routed with the rear charges and whatnot, and with that, the Big Gun and the Night Goblin Warboss might not be able to pull out. Like, the Crimson Killers, yes, they are still fighting, and they have not taken too much HP damage, but with the Savage Orcs now finally getting in the backs of the Crimson Killers, they will be slowly dragged down, just getting cut apart, and the leadership isn't exactly holding up either. Now, Warsack just need to dump in more spells to break apart these Crimson Killers, and that should be it. It's just that the issue is they currently take down the Big Gun. Like, they ran out of missile units, and they need something, say, like a rear charge from the Warsack to chip away the heavily armored Big Gun, like using the AP damage to their advantage, but oh boy, it seems that the Crimson Killers here are holding up just fine, actually. Okay, so before somebody start talking about like the blue orcs being passive a while ago, just standing there to weather the storm, the rules also like talked about how, okay, if I remember correctly, the fruit rules basically stated that you can stand there to weather the missile attacks and like in the open after the first main engagement, and basically, so if it's in the late game, you can just decide to weather the storm and stop engaging and consider taking missile fire as a form of valid maneuver, like valid strategy that will be accepted. Anyways, we will be looking at the last stage of the battle. The Waaagh is popped as armor piercing and melee attack buff will be dishing out the pain on the Crimson Killers, being surrounded, swarmed, outnumbered. The army losses is soon to be kicked in. The Big Gun is still fighting valiantly, but the Crimson Killers leadership is not exactly holding. They need more rear charges. Like the Red Orcs just need more rear charges into the back, and they should be breaking the Crimson Killers. But damn, if these Crimson Killers are not putting up a valiant fight. Just look at the damage. It's just still climbing, and damn, their leadership just stabilized, and they're still cutting, hacking, slashing left, right, center their fellow greenskins, spores against spores, and yeah, they just racking up kills and value. The Big Gun coming back in, body slamming everything in the vicinity, smashing apart, terrifying the greenskin units. Really, the greenskin, the terror is just so good in this kind of late game situation, and Warsack probably needs to start recharging the Big Gun right now. Like, if they don't, then the whole terror might just overload everything in the vicinity. But the good news is the Crimson Killers is wavering yet again. They routed. Okay, good news for the red greenskins, as they will be able to surround the Big Gun, recharge, and finish him off without the support of any infantry units. And yeah, that should be it, as army losses kicks in, and that will be the end of the battle. A nice valiant fight. The Crimson Killers and the Big Gun, just a very powerful combo, just that it might be a little bit too narrow for the Savage Orc build. And yeah, this is a little bit of a, like, you can see how much damage they did in the combat. It's just that the rest of the army, the Squick Hoppers being smashed apart by all these Savage Orcs, is just not exactly the best option here. Anyways, I'm gonna have to message my Nicks. Yeah, I just need to message my next opponent here, and just ask him to set up the lobby. Okay, anyways, now that we're done with a battle, and I also like asked my opponent to set up the lobby, we can talk about army performances. Aetherian, you raised a good point. The Big Gun could probably just guard more and throw rocks, but the Big Gun was getting grind down, and they do not exactly have the most ammo left. So the damage they can do with throwing rocks is a little bit limited, given how many bodies the Savage Orcs still have, especially with the Wurrzag still healthy, the leadership is still intact, Orc boys and whatnot are still just standing there fresh and ready to go for a good scrap. Like, they just do not have enough ammo to dish out the pain. And the rest of the Greenskin units just get smashed apart and grind down by all the surround of the Savage Orc units. Also, Wurrzag with all those spells, the Headbutt, Gaze of Mork, Gaze of Gork. Is it Gork or Mork? I don't remember. Anyways, just sniping out the Orc Shaman, blasting away the Greenskin infantry, chipping away the damage, dishing out the pain onto Mi's army. Like, the wide army is just too much for this kind of elite build to handle. So yeah. This is just a very nice overloading swarming build of Greenskin's Horde. And now let me just quickly get out of the lobby. Need to find. Okay, we have here my opponent. Just need to ask them for the password, as I totally don't know the password. Alright, cool. Got the password. We're going in. Now, I really can't be asked to like switch over to a screen blocker yet again, so anyways, we will be facing a second round of battle, the Desert's Bounty, and we need to figure out how to deal with the big gun rock smashing. Like, I have a rather bold attempt on stuff. Like, if this fucks up, then I suppose this is the end of the line. But one thing we do have is quite a wide. And should we do this? I need to think. Should we do this? We can't bring River Troll Hag because we did not. The rules are not allowing us to bring it. Now, also we need to check. Now, what can we do? We can't really bring Boarboy Big Guns because they just get. We might just need to go for a spam of Big Guns. Like, they are Skarsnik after all, so I expect a lot of artillery fire this time as well, and we just need to swarm them. Their backlines and whatnot. Of course, Goblin Wolf Riders and NG Marauders. We do this. Should we just do this with Orc Big Guns and oh, I mean, stay using Crooked Moon is all good. Now, okay, this is a bold attempt. But we'll see what happens. Can we bring an Orc Shaman with? This is weak against armor. We can't really need that magic, so Rain Burster might have to be it. And a little bit of a excuse me. A little bit of a area buff. Okay. Alright, I need to take a little bit of a break after this battle, and then we can go into the best of 3 finals. But right now, for this battle, we will be going with a bunch of stuff that I have not yet figured out just yet. We can go for a wider build. Also, let's just bring a Black Orc Big Boss with a little bit of a buff. and a unit like that, and some stuff like these, and we should be good. Excuse me. I have to set up these stuff. Can we still add in? No. Ready for our opponent, and we shall see what happens. I don't think anyone ever brings Warboss into combat with a wyvern. Like, is that even a viable pick? Now, I'm not even sure about that. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's just ready up, and it seems our opponent is still picking. We will be waiting. Right, we also probably need an Warboss, given how valuable the anchor effect it gave us. Like, we should probably, yeah, just trust the Warboss. And do we have enough cost for? Nope, we don't have enough cost. Damn it. Oh well, let's just go back to the Death Creepers then. Maybe just get rid of one of these and then we get a little bit of a resistance. I don't think that's important. Yeah, no, let's just screw that. Wait, what about this? That might be actually decent. Actually, nah, just that. Well. Grab 2 goblins for a little bit of a wider build, get them a bit of a stat upgrade, and this should be good. Can't actually add them no more. Let's just wait for a second more, as our opponent is still needs a little bit of time to adjust their army build. Okay, cool. It seems they're fine. We should be able to go ahead with our little fight. Okay, Orc Warboss. Is this gonna even work? I don't know, man. Orc Warboss is not exactly the most common Greenskin lord you can see combat. So let's see here. We don't have any artillery, so we have to push. Like, okay, let's just spread them out a little bit more. Have a wyvern in the sky, a little bit of a mobile squadron, and hopefully we don't get smashed too hard on our way into melee combat. A couple gobbles there as kind of fodder unit, and now we have these. Oh, put them on skirmish mode, and we should. And we have a melee squad. Now let's see what kind of nasty gobble build we will be facing. And let's just wait a bit. Okay, just good luck and have fun. Now we wait. Like, I can't really do an army build for my opponent here, since of course we don't have their vision. Now we can only see our own army here with a bunch of orc biggins here, and players ready. Okay, let's just go ahead, I suppose. Now let's just push forward, and of course a whole lot of rock lobbers. Okay, that is kind of expected. We don't have anything to snipe them out either, other than, well, can we? Let's just try. Actually, I never use Gaze of Mork, anyways. Let's see. Nope, it's just missed. Shame. But okay. That's a lot of some squakes there. Goblins. Wait, is it? Yeah, enough. We have some Durkit squakes. Now I assume that's a lot of goblin in hiding. Oof, the pain, the rock drops. Really hurting. I don't want to push too far into them. Anyways, we will just keep shooting in shots. As the rocks are really smashing us right now. We don't really have the mobility advantage here, as they are all melee cav, while we are just some puny little... Oh, well, that's it. You can see there's a lot of stuff around. I can't really swarm the units there. Well, what we can do is just start shooting, I suppose. Pull back these guys, keep shooting with our stuff. We do have a little bit of a melee advantage in the front line. Pull them back, start pushing in, keep shooting. My Goblin Warboss will be feeling a little bit of a pain here. March in with this stuff. And we can just now start pushing the units forward. Now let's just get something in there. Oh, nope. Yep, we're munching their Warboss just fine. Okay, cool. They're charging into my brace orcs just fine, I suppose. Fermented fungi. Oh no, that's not good. That's a lot of goblins swarming my units. That's I think the... Anyways, I think the unit limit is just fine this time. Anyways, we can get some... Nope. Oh boy, the order is dead. That is not good. I engaged them way too early. For way too long in there. Should have pulled out earlier, but... And the infantry are not doing as good as I wanted them to be.
Get ready to war.
Oh well, we'll have to pull a while regardless, so we'll be pulling a while now. Can we? Okay, this is not good. Let's just keep smashing. We'll see what happens. The balance of power is against our favor for sure now. So I don't suppose we'll be able to pull out a massive win in this one. The Blackrock Big Boss is still holding, which is a good piece of good news as far as thing goes. But I don't suppose he can... Oh, yep. He just got smacked pretty damn hard in there, right? Just now. And we don't have a lot of stuff to shoot. Like, it's... Like, this time they are reasonably far from the white line, so we don't have any white line dispute. It's just I can't really get into the back lines. Damn it. Oh well. And artillery really smashed my unit apart, and there goes my whole army. Oh boy. Okay, let me start. First is... There we go. Yeah, the overall boxing build is just a little bit tough to go True, actually. Anyways, good GG to my opponent here. The rock lobbing really dishing out the pain against my Biggins, my Orc Biggins, the Orc Boar Boy Biggins, and whatnot. And my skirmishing cavalry just got countered pretty hard by the existence of their cavalry. And with all these skulkers and night gobbles here, they are definitely just fine in terms of the 3,000 gold night gobble limit. Now, so basically, a really nice box build, and I probably should have picked something other than an Orc Warboss, I suppose. Like, he dived in, tried to snipe out the Night Goblin Warboss, but getting countercharged and stuck in combat fermented fungi, he just got smacked in the whole combat. I didn't realize he is so glass cannon, actually. Without any resistance buff, after the Opal Amulet wears off, he just gets smashed. Anyways, by the Night Goblin Shaman, the Goblin War Boss, and Goblin Big Boss, and whatnot. Now, let me just mention. Let me just get my next champions to set up for the finals, which will be a best of 3 between the 2 players. And yeah, let me just quickly message them and get them to set up a room. Okay, let me just quickly get out and I need to go for a little bit of break. Give me 2 minutes. And I'll be back to resume the fight soon. Okay, I have returned. Let me just quickly find the room. See if I can refresh a little. There's a Scobble. I don't think I've... That's weird. Let me just go back in again and check it out again. Maybe it's just I need to refresh it a few more. Resume. Played against him once, and he's a great player. Okay, here we go. Spectate. We just need to find the password. Please, please. Oh, no. Unspecified error. Damn it. Oh no, is it the cross-continent connection problem? That might be an issue. Anyways, I just have to mention... just have to make a quick mentioning of the issue of white line issue, I suppose. Anyways, so I was just telling Brain Damage to not deploy too close to a white line to trigger any disputes in terms of using the white line defensively. Like, I remember when the white line issue being raised in the Discord when people are talking about the newly established rules, and there was quite a bit of a discussion going on about like how close can you like how close does it count to like you count as abusing the white line and impassable terrain. It's just the standards might be a little bit finicky to touch upon. So like I personally just try not to use the white line. Like, just try not to deploy anything around the white line at all unless I'm deploying the Vanguard unit on the opposite corners of the map. Anyways, it seems that Brain Damage has ready their army selection. We just need for Curio to go for ahead. It will be wait. Okay, it seems that they are just going in with their own default army. It's gonna be a best of 3 actually. That's what I'm planning for, but it seems we'll see how long can we go up on this stream, as we have been going on for a good 3 hours for now. We'll see. Like, I'm just gonna make sure that they remember this is a best of 3. Anyways, we will be turning off the screen blocker for now, and let's go back into the combat. Yeah, it seems that you just went in with their default faction picks. I guess we'll have to do things a little bit differently with army picks. But yeah, right now they're using their default faction to go for a fight, with Kirill bringing in Warzak. A whole lot of Savage Orc Biggins there. Yep, a whole lot of Savage Orc Biggins. Actually, Savage Orc Biggins 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's fine. 900 times 4, 3,600 gold, and a whole lot of Night Goblin archers. That's 475 gold. And a bunch of, yep, Night Goblins there. So that's Giant River Trohack. That might be a little bit on the edge. Let me think. Goblins, 400 overall, and oh wait. Oh wait, no, that's the Rusty Air. So like they cost 600. 600 and 900, 1005. Yep, that's fine. That's over 3000. That's fine. And a whole lot of Goblin Wolf Arch Chariots. That's interesting. I don't usually see them in here. And we have the Ragnarok Queen going for a really wide build with a lot of numbers here, supported by the Swamp Things and a bunch of Goblins. Interesting. We're seeing the Swamp Things again. The first time the Swamp Things didn't really do much here. We will be seeing them the second time. And on this far flank, we have a whole lot of skirmishers just getting stuck in here, waiting to unleash an ambush with the Forest Goblin Spiderizers pushing out. And yeah, seems that our players here are starting the combat. Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers just stay hanging back, and the Savage Orc Biggins in the trees are pushing forward, going for a flanking maneuver, trying to go into the back line to wrap up and insert all these Goblin forces. Of course, they can't see the Goblins, but they pretty much know that there is a front line in there, just backing up the Goblins, a Goblin chaff and Orc boys, trying to lure them into this area, while the rest of the Goblins slowly sneaking across the rocks and going for the backline units. A nice Vindictive Glare. Damn, that's a lot of damage on Wurzak here, dishing out a whole lot of pain. And Gaze of Mork is being sent in to counteract this shot, but not as close as the damage the Night Goblin Shaman dealt onto the Wurzak. And now coupled with another Spirit Leech, damn, Wurzak is really feeling a pain here, and his physical resistance is not going to be enough to counteract any damage here. They really need to get into the melee fast and start crumping all these gobbles. The nice choice of Ragnarok Spider though, allowing the fear and terror to like terrorize all these Savage Orc Biggins. They do not have immune to psychology once their frenzy wears off, but if they can actually charge into melee combat with all these Savage Orcs and crash all these Night Gobbles, they should be able to win the frontline fight, get into the back lines, and just finish off everything else. But really, it really comes down to whether they can successfully shut down all these units, shutting down the magic damage. Another Vindictive Glare. Oh no, Wurzak is really feeling the pain in this kind of combat. A lot of units are still being held back in reserve. They need to get into the front line fast, especially the Savage Orc, to just trash all these front line, get into the back line, start demolishing the rest of the units. But it seems that the Forest Goblin Spider Riders are occupying most of the micro from Kurio. Yep, Kurio is the blue side here. From Kurio, and all of these units are being left in the back. They need to start pushing, but yeah, it's just a tactical reserve maybe. We'll see if it works. The front line of the Night Gobbles are crumbling, which is a good sign for the blue orcs, but the red orcs are still holding firm. The Ragnarok Queen is still being really healthy here, especially buffed up with the wild. If they can get into melee combat, it will be dishing out the pain onto the Savage Orcs. Now the Savage Orc begins crumping all these Gobble archers. Rain Burster there, blasting all these grouped up goblins. And the rest of the Goblin frontline being smashed apart by the Savage Orc Biggins, the Savage Orcs. This Goblin's no match for the Savage Orcs. Just pure brute forcing their way into the backline, crumping everything. And you can see the Savage Orc are still in tactical reserve. The Swamp Things there are just getting flooded by a bunch of Forest Goblin Spider Riders, probably being swarmed by all these Savage Orc Biggins. Always just not really seeing a lot of use of the Savage Orcs. But oh no, Wurzak is in a huge pinch right now. being blocked in combat. If there's a fermented fungi, he's dead. But it seems that Skarsnik isn't exactly ready for this right now. With only the Savage Orktober surrounding all these Ragnarok spiders, and Skarsnik being stuck in melee combat after being hit by an effigy of the Git, and the rest of the supporting elements of the army being routed, the Night Goblin Shaman being chased off, and the Ragnarok Queen surrounded by a bunch of anti-large infantry, really dishing out the pain, just dragging down the heavily armored Spider Queen there. The rest of the Goblin Wolf Riders are pushing forwards, trying to swarm all these Night Goblins and Goblin Wolf Rider Chariot. And the Ragnarok Queen is not exactly holding, with so much fire pouring into the fray. Her leadership is not exactly the best, and surrounded by Savage Orktober, he is routed, despite still having half HP. This is a massive loss for the Red Greenskins. They need to probably try to shut down all these. Yep, they don't really have the resources to shut down all these Savage Orcs, as the Tactical Reserve coming in, smashing apart the Night Goblins. The Goblin Wolf Chariots trying to charge in to give a rear charge, but they got hacked apart. And now the River Troll Hag is fighting alone, and they're getting swarmed. The Skarsnik fighting alone in this little pile of whole lot of spiders and Savage Orktober. Is not a good fight for the guy. He is an anti-large infantry, so fighting against a bunch of brutish infantry is not. He's not enjoying his life whatsoever. Now that Ragnarok Queen is recovered, Warsack is routed, but it is too little, too late. Everything is routing on the field for the Red Greenskins, and that's probably be army losses. As the Ragnarok Queen Spider is routing, Skarsnik somehow still hanging by a thread in terms of leadership, but a rear charge will probably be finishing him off. Wait, what? Stabilize? Really? Wow, that's Skarsnik is a tenacious little fella. Probably because he's fighting with his best friend Gobbler there. Like, it's not exactly a good fight, but he will be fighting in the last stand. The little Gobble just backstabbing his way all the way to the top of the food chain. Unfortunately, that's gonna be it for brain damage. And Rio gets the first win with a whole lot of damage from the Savage Orktober, and just punching through the fragile front line of the Gobbles. Now, I probably have to figure out a different pick and ban system for these guys, as they were not... Yeah, as they were not able to... As they probably forgot about the pick and ban system, so... let me just quickly message them. Okay, so now, so basically, the winner of the first round will have to pick first, and then the loser will be picking second. They can't use the factions they used before, and has to pick another faction, and then third round will have a slightly different set of rules. I'll talk about it if we get to it. We'll talk about it when we get to it. So, yeah, let's just wait for the next... Let's just wait for the players to pick the factions, and then we'll just put up a screen blocker again. And yeah. Oh, hey, Phoenix King. Oh, I just had a nice High Elf versus Beastman with against 0 with Tyrion. Oh yeah, sure. That would be a great thing to come in, because like I am having troubles figuring out like High Elf versus Beastman gameplay, and it would be a great like reference material and also a great video content if you can send me the replay actually. Like, would be interesting to see what you can pull out against the Beastmen as the High Elves. Alright, seems like Kurio is picking Azek, and brain damage will be counter picking. Like, I can already see those 3 stone trolls coming in from the horizon. Oh, Grom. Back. We now go off pump wagons or Grom. Okay, now let's just switch over and get the screen blocker going, and then we'll think about the stuff later. Like, I can really see those stone trolls coming in from the distance, and yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot of hurt with those stone trolls. Like, Grom is great and all and whatnot, but I don't see how chariots can win against stone trolls, honestly. It'll be an interesting thing to see how brain damage deal with this situation. Like, it is match point after all, and he only has 1 game left. Like, and he has to win this game to stay in the match. Now, the final fight, the final match we're currently doing Azek versus Grom. What's gonna happen? I have no idea, but yeah. Is this gonna be a madness of pump wagon spam? I have no idea as well. What is brain damage gonna pull? I have no idea. I'm looking at Kurio's roster right now though, so I am having a pretty good concept of what he's gonna bring to the battlefield. But right now, we all have to wait until they are ready for the next combat. They're gonna fight on the map Karak Asgal. That's actually a Dawi map without a lot of Dawi influence on top. Oh, Phoenix King, thank you for sending in the replay. I appreciate that. Currently, I'm still actually working on a best of 3 replay that you are part of. Like, remember the Swiss League as the Swiss format tournament I hosted earlier, and I'm still working on the finals, the tournament finals for that match. And yeah, the video should be out in a few days, but currently it's still in the works. But yeah, appreciate the submission for the replay. I will be checking it out and probably getting it up by next week. Okay, it seems like Kurio is ready on his army picks. Now we just need brain damage to finally top up his chariot spam build. It's probably going to be 4 board chariots again. We have no idea. I have no idea, but like, honestly, nobody would really pick the pump wagons, feeling bad for these guys. I might just do a troll stream with only pump wagons. Like, with only pump wagon build spams. Not only pump wagons, that's not possible. But it would be weird, to say the least, to see a bunch of pump wagons on the battlefield. Yeah, let's just be a little bit patient and wait for the tournament players to pick their armies. Is it? I do wonder what kind of build will brain damage bring against the stone. Like I can't expect, like I kind of expect everyone to just pick Azek because 3 stone trolls is just so OP in this kind of matchup. But instead, I've got Azek and a lot of river trolls. I don't know what's happening. Like what the heck, man? What the heck, guys? This is okay. Cool. It seems that both players are good. Okay, cool. I can get the screen blocker off now. Cool. And it should be no more black screen. Back to the play. And we are having 2 different armies here with... Wait! Is this it? Is this finally it? Pump wagon spams! Yes! Yes! Pump wagons! Pump wagons! More pump wagons! This is amazing! Flappers! The flapper wagons! Oh god, yes! The snotling pump wagons and loogie boogie spore sploders. Oh yes! Yes! This is it! This is what I want to see! The madness of pump wagon spams and... Oh, just a very fragile front line of gobbles and a lot of goblin spider riders. Okay, brain damage is going for the fun, absolutely fun, but not necessarily the strongest build here. Goblin Big Balls, River Troll Hag, and Grom the Punch with some Swamp Things. I don't know why, but it seems everyone is bringing Swamp Things in this tournament. I don't really see them as that good, honestly. But anyways, for Korea, we have a bunch of Mangy Marauders, Goblin Wolf Riders, Spider Riders. All the Spider Riders are not well, some Spider Riders melee, Spider Riders shootier variant, and Wolf Rider archers. We also have a pretty wide infantry build with a bunch of savage orcs and goblins, supported by, of course, 3 stone trolls here. Kind of expect these, and a Azek the Slaughterer on the Wyvern. I just kind of want to see people bring in Azek the Slaughter on foot. I did find Azek on foot build pretty fun to use once in a while. Like, and yeah, let's just get the battle started. Final fight, final match, second battle among the best of 3. Let's see what happens. And the battle has started with the army of all these snotling pump wagons. Look at them! Just look at these guys. Slowly marches forward, and it's just so Mad Max built. Like they just so Mad Max here. Just some Mad Lass on some rundown wagons pushing forward and riding into battle with the speed they have. And it's not exactly speed. They only have 60 speed. It's just slow. Anyways, like just going on a speed freak journey here, but now they're getting shot at by all these goblin rider archers, and their 50 armor isn't exactly enough for them to tank out the damage here. And Grom already taking some spirit leech damage, assuming from Azek the Slaughter. Yep, probably spirit leeching Grom Punch, but that's not anything big, honestly. Grom the Punch just heals it back up straight ahead and just hit heal cap in the end. Instead, Azek is getting hit by a Spirit Leech from the Troll Hag. Although the Snotling Pump Wagon getting hit pretty damn hard from the Archer Fire, especially the Mangy's Marauders with Arm Piercing. Like, the Archer Fire is pretty... Oh, already 1 down, exploding. I don't know why it explodes. It's not like they have any... It's not like they have any power source other than gobbles. Like, why do you explode? It's just wood and gobbles. And maybe just the Wah energy trying to power these Snotling Pump Wagons. Like they power the aircrafts of the orcs in 40k. I have no idea, but it seems that they just as certain British person said, it just works. Anyways, the Snotlings are going into combat against the and Grom the Punch going into combat against the Goblins, but the countercharge from Stone Trolls wrecking these Goblin pump wagons, and Stone Trolls are surrounding Grom the Punch as well, dishing out that armor-piercing damage. More Snotling pump wagons pushing in, but Stone Trolls absolutely a menace on the battlefield to deal with. And the fire support from all these Manji's Marauders are just pouring in, just picking apart these Snotling pump wagons. They're just not enough to hang on to the battle there. Grom the Punch trying valiantly to dish out the damage and crump the front line, but the Orc boys are still fighting. They're not terrified because of the Aspect of Dreadnought. Aspect of Dreadnought on the Goblins, terrifying Goblins, actually routing these Orc boys there. So more groups are thrown into the fray, trying to stem the tide of terrifying Goblins. I never thought I would say this one at all, but yeah, the Goblins are terrifying the Orcs, terrifying the Stone Trolls. Oh my god! And yeah, they just seem to be having the front line engagement pretty decently, while the back lines, the skirmishing fire trying to get into the back lines, but a nice countercharge from the Goblin Big Boss and the 8-pink loonies and the Goblins just fending them off. The Swamp Thing getting Spirit Leech, a nice choice, as they do not have a lot of models, and that just really drains out the health points on the Swamp Things. But from the Punch and the combination of a whole lot of Snotling pump wagons somehow is breaking the front line. The Stone Trolls are dying left, right, and center, breaking apart, but the wires pop, and they still have a lot of cavalry on the blue greenskin side. And if they snipe out Grom the Punch, who is in massive danger here, being dropped onto by Azak the Slaughter, getting routed by all the presence of enemy forces and the terror from Azak. This is not good for Grom the Punch. The terrifying Goblins are running in again. Okay, this time makes more sense. Savage Orcs are terrifying, not the Goblins anymore. And so many skirmishing cavalry just wiping out all these routing skirmishing mobility units of brain damage. There's just nothing left to save Grom the Punch from Azak. But one good thing is Grom the Punch is healing, and Azak is just getting killed by the consistent Spirit Leeches from the River Troll Hack. Although the River Troll Hack is routed, the Stone Trolls are surrounding her, and the Snotling pump wagons, one of the healthier ones, remaining, and Azak is trying to get out of dodge as soon as possible, prevent any counter fire or more Spirit Leeches draining his health. And the River Troll Hack being routed, hopefully it will get killed. If I'm rooting for the blue greenskin side, but it seems that the Stone Trolls are routed instead without any leadership support by the Swamp Things and the surround of all these Snotling pump wagons. It's just hilarious. Like, these Stone Trolls are getting into combat as well, but I think they should have just stayed behind, just hanging back in combat. And Azak needs to finish off this River Troll Hack. And if she gets back and get another Spirit Leech onto Azak, this might be it. But Azak has his eyes on to Grom the Punch, dropping him down, trying to snipe him out, dishing out the damage down to only 300 health, but Azak is getting hit pretty hard by the counter attack from all these Swamp Things, and getting mithered by the Great River Troll Hack. He decided to take things into his own hands, dropping down onto a River Troll Hack, getting surrounded by Goblins, but he will be killing the River Troll Hack. The Death Creepers are coming in to support as well, with the almost full HP, swarming all these Goblins and trying to hunt down the River Troll Hack, while the rest of the blue Goblins are actually on the run, with the Spider Riders trying to push them off the white line. Really nice macro there, just pushing off, making sure they're not returning whatsoever, and Azak just pulling out of the engagement, while something needs to finish off the Great River Troll Hack, really. Otherwise, they would just get healed back, just like Rom here, back to 500 HP. And unfortunately, Azak is not able to heal back up. A nice counter charge from the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, blocking up these other Goblin Riders, but it let go of the Menji's Marauders, who will be hot on pursuit, just hunting down the giant river troll hag, dishing out some nice impact damage. Azek here dropping down, routing all these forest goblin spider riders, freeing up the stone trolls, finally letting them returning to the combat. But over here, the spider riders are routed, but that means that the rest of the units here being delayed by the routing spider riders will be able to will not be able to chase off the Menji's Marauders, who is pushing the giant river troll hag off the white line. Death Creepers charging in, trying to save these stone trolls, while the rest of the greenskin mobility, the blue greenskins mobility, rushing over here to save whatever killing power they can get, as the balance of power is not exactly the most in favor of the blue greenskins. Like, they still have some very healthy spider riders and some stone trolls who are healing, but Azek is so tattered, beat up right now, 450 HP left, while Grom is just constantly healing up, trying to get back into the fight. Just a really good fight. He's in good shape right now, like shattering one of the spider riders, and it's gonna be tougher and tougher as time goes by, and the Swamp Things and the Grom the Paunch is healing up. Now, of course, in normal tournaments you can only bring 4 chariots max, or Snotling Pump Wagons max, but I would say, like, in this specific tournament, I did specify that you can actually bring more than bring 6 of these wagons, and so like 5 wagons is fine. And unfortunately, Warsack dies to the countercharge of a lowly Snotling Pump Wagon. Grom was just running away, but a counter hit from his axe and the Snotling Pump Wagons charging in, killing Azek, leading to army losses with a massive leadership break. Damn, I did not expect the Snotling Pump Wagons to do work. 1,100 damage overall. Damn, this is some really impressive stuff. And 1,000 value on the Swamp Things. This was a fight of surprise, for to say the least. Snotling Pump Wagons actually doing work. Wow. Just wow. I'm not sure. Like, maybe I should have reconsider the usefulness of these guys after all. But yeah, the fact that Azek wasn't able to kill off Grom the Paunch and allow him to hang in by a thread, surviving with only a few hundred HP, and instead Azek being drained and slowly hacked apart by all these superior numbers of units surrounding him. That really led to the downfall of the blue greenskins, and also the stone trolls being routed so early in the game and getting hacked apart and chased down. They're just not recovering the value they can get. Okay, now let's go for the last fight, final match for the night, and a bit of a special rules here. Now, just last bit of a pick system for the last fight in the best of 3. Now we just need to wait for brain damage to pick. Okay, Grimgore and Warzak subfactions, and for brain damage. So, Kurio. Let's not go for duplicate factions here, as they have to go back to, like, they have to pick one that they have not played just yet. So we'll have to pick among Grimgor, Skarsnik, and Rom the Paunch. Now, it seems that Kirill is in a pretty tough thinking process here, with as two of these factions are not exactly the best, most competitive faction. You have Grimgor here. Well, you have Grimgor, so it's not competitive in any kind of sense. And we have Grom the Paunch, where you have to force to go for a chariot spam. Of course, we have a very successful example from brain damage just now. This ridiculous Snotling Pump Wagon spam somehow actually managed to work, with the rear charges charging into the, and also the just going in, saturating on top of infantry, winning out in a bunch of engagements, and able to use that numbers advantage here to just charge down any of these stone trolls, using that armor piercing to its maximum effect. Now, we also have, Skarsnik, of course, it would be a really good choice, I would say, just in general. But against a possible, Savage Orc spam from Wurzak, it might not be sufficient to pull back the game. The Goblins of Skarsnik will just get crumped and shattered the face of the brutish might of the Savage of Orcs. Most Savage of Orcs, yep. And also, like, I'm gonna set up a... Alright, yeah. Just gonna set up a feedback section for my stream here, as I do feel that if you have any concerns or issues with my stream, please feel free to drop it in my Discord and just let me know about what you think. It's called the suggestion. I also posted the rules of the tournament over there before, and so it's basically a Discord channel for any suggestions you can bring, and yeah. Ooh, Korea is going for Grimgor. Are we seeing a Grimgor on Grimgor action now? Or are we seeing Grimgor versus Wurzak, the two Orky factions clashing against each other? Now, okay, it seems that brain damage is going for Wurzak. So we will be setting up the little screen blocker here as we wait for them to pick their factions. Okay, so it's gonna be the elite heavy orcs versus the light and brutish savage orcs. Now, it's gonna be an interesting infantry fight, or brain damage might go for a cavalry spam against the heavy black orcs, or I don't know, like maybe there will be orc boar boys against the savage orc biggins, but I don't think that's a great combination. Like, I'm not sure, but it most certainly doesn't feel like a good combination because of all that anti-large available to the savage orcs. Now, brain damage bring a rogue idol, which will pretty hard counter everything on the black orcs and the biggins. Like, biggins can do a decent anti-large damage, but the biggin is just so good at just clapping a bunch of infantry that it just, I don't know whether the biggins can stand up for the job. Like, to say the least, the Savage Orc faction does have more unit diversity than the Grimgord Black Orc faction, as they do have access to the Rogue Idol monster, and yeah. Okay, it seems that Kirill has filled up his limit for the unit restrictions. We just need to load into the map and see does brain damage fills up that limit as well. And while we wait, while they're picking the stuff, we will just be waiting. Yeah, and also, like, this will be the last battle of the night and or day, wherever you are. So yeah. And also, after this battle, we'll see who is the greenest and meanest of greenskin players around here. With Kirill versus brain damage here, using Grimgor versus Warzak to decide once and for all. Not once and for all, like, of course, we will probably be making more tournaments in the future, but for now, in the Orktober tournament, the greenest and meanest champion of greenskins, who will that be, Kirill or brain damage? This will be decided with the last battle. And yeah, we'll just have to be waiting for a little bit longer, as brain damage seems to be still picking. Oh no, am I not? Oh, this was bad. Okay, brain damage is still picking the army here. I hope he was not staring at the screen, as I forgot to put up the screen blocker. It seems both armies are ready. We will be going into combat. Okay, there's no black screen issues anymore. There we go. Okay, it seems that let's just quickly check. A whole lot of Savage Orcs, 5 of them. And a bunch of Savage Orc Boar Boys, Savage Orc Biggins. Yep, that's definitely within the whole 3,000 gold limit. We have also over here, where is Zach? On a pick. I just want to see him on foot for once, damn it. Anyways, 2 River Troll Hag. Wait, shit. Oh, wait. Is it the double Miver? Oh, wait. You can't bring double Miver, if I remember correctly. Oh, damn. Brain damage probably has to repick his units as that is double Mither. If I remember correctly, you can't bring double Mither in any kind of situation. Like, you can only bring 1. Let me just quickly check. Alright, we need to go back. Alright, okay, it seems that Koryo just decided to just not use one of the River Troll hack. Okay, so we'll just have to do a little bit of a moderation here and making sure just one unit of River Troll hack is not used in combat. So just stick with 1 Mither, not a second Mither, so needs to be a little bit of a trickier situation here. But anyways, brain damage, bring in a whole bunch of Savage Orcs and Black Orc army. We have a bunch of Biggins here with a bunch of Black Orcs mixed in and Goblins. Or, yeah, just a very elite front line there. And a whole lot of skirmishing firepower shooting into the Savage Orc Biggins who do not have any armor. Yep, 0 armor, just only physical resistance to hold up against all these missile fire. So all these missile damage will be getting some ludicrous value from from all these Savage Orc Biggins. And now we can see some sniping attempt going on with the Night Goblin Shaman, the little Vindictive Glare shooting into Wurzak, and Wurzak does not have that regeneration, so he can't heal up, unlike the River Troll hack, and he will be taking permanent damage. On both flanks, the Savage Orcs are getting collapsed onto, collapsing on a bunch of missile fire, just pouring down onto them, really shredding them down to half HP on both ends. And these Forest Goblin Spider Riders just teasing and poking, and yeah, just running around teasing all these Savage Orcs. Orc Shaman here, oh no, just overextending, getting charged by the Orc Shamans there. And if he get caught in this combat, this will be quite of an issue, but Grimgor is here to save the day, smashing and hitting this great River Troll hack. Another spell going off, the Vindictive Glare, really dishing out the pain onto Wurzak. Really nice counter, actually, against Wurzak, the Great Green Prophet. But now the Night Goblin Shaman is stuck onto combat against 2 River Troll hack. Not the greatest engagement for them, as the Night Goblin Shaman is getting smashed apart, but now Grimgor is getting surrounded by the River Trollhags. Just two meatbags slapping him left, right, and center, but he is standing firm, trying to dish out some counter pain onto the River Trollhag, which is doing a pretty nice job. Oh no, Brain Burster! Oh god, the Brain Burster! So much damage onto the two Savage Orc units, bunching up onto Grimgor. Definitely Grimgor is the bait that pins in all these Savage Orc units there, allowing a juicy Brain Burster, blasting them away. Now Black Orcs now in a brutal grind against all these Savage Orc Warboys and Savage Orcs. The heavy armor not doing too much against the Orc War Chariots. Now even the skirmishing cavalry are swarming this little blob there, who has the Waaagh popped up and trying to keep constantly fighting in this kind of combat to really put a hurt on Grimgor. No! Foot of Gork here is smashing all these Black Orcs, but it doesn't seem like it does a lot of damage. Maybe it's not overcast, and that failed to stop the push of the Black Orcs. Instead, it did a lot of leadership damage onto the Savage Orcs and leading to their rout. Same goes for the giant River Trollhag there, and on the far flank, the Black Orcs are victorious in the grind here, there with the big guns breaking apart the units on the flanks there, and Kirill will be taking the win for the match and becoming the champion of the tournament. He will be the greenest and meanest Greenskin player of the day. Now that's basically the end for the whole tournament series for the day. Let's get into the last battle performances there. GG to both players there. Yeah, just a really good game overall. We see a lot of great plays throughout the tournament and interesting unit combinations that you don't usually see in normal tournaments. You have a lot of mirror matches, and the tools that are available to both armies are usually fairly similar. And yeah, just not a lot of, just a different meta than usual, with the unit restrictions and the limitations of subfactions, forcing the players to come up with new strategies or experimenting with new ideas. Anyways, for the rest of the army, we have okay, so the front line of the Greenskins doing decently, just smashing apart these already damaged Savage Orcs who are blasted by the Orc Shaman, and the Night Goblin Shaman doing some really good damage with the constant spam of Vindictive Glare picking away Wurzak's health. The rest of the Goblin Spider Riders using the Archer Fire to chip away the big guns and swarm the flanks of both units, swarm the flanks of the Savage Orcs, really beating them down, and without any counter fire from the Savage Orcs, unable to counter these Forest Goblin Spider. Anywho, Grimgor here doing 1100 damage, being surrounded by two armor piercing monsters, doing some pretty good performance overall, but most importantly acting as the centerpiece and anchor at bait to force a blob of the Savage Orcs to get blasted down by the Orc Shaman. Now, brain damage with the Wurzak here unable to get into combat due to all those Vindictive Glares. The Giant River Trollhags not doing a lot of damage due to the superior melee stats of Grimgor. Savage Orcs getting crumped by all the Black Orcs and the and the big guns there, and the Chariots Cavalry not able to do too much damage as they're stuck in combat against anti-large and armor-piercing infantry. These guys are just better in melee combat sustained fights than the mounted units. And yeah, that's basically it there. GG to all players joining in. That was super fun combat, like really seeing some bizarre matchups, and I do have to congratulate Curio there, winning out in the game. Congratulations, and standing as the last Greenskin player for the tournament and winning the tournament. So yeah, that's basically it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, the stream, and if you are watching the VOD, I hope you enjoyed the video as well. I will be probably coming out with new ideas for new tournaments later, especially with the Phoenix King suggesting an interesting high elf themed tournament. But for now, I will be going back to making new wild army builds for the moment, especially trying out new cavalry builds due to the calf beta's existence. And yeah, I still have an orbital bombardment build that I need to go for, as I did promise a viewer to check that out. After all, who doesn't love the engine of the gods coming down with that orbital laser, blasting units and whatever in the path of his advance. So yeah, that's gonna be it, and I will be making another announcement on my Discord for the tournament. So that's yeah, that's gonna be wrapped up here. Nothing else. I think I've wrapped up everything, and I do have to look deeper into the tournament restrictions and whatnot to just get a better enforcement of these rules. So I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you in the next video or stream or whatnot. Thank you for watching, and that's basically it for the day or the night. So yeah, good day, good night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Untitled signing out.